Yes.
Lovely to be here. Welcome back, and Mondays are great, I gotta say. As Matt was saying earlier, it's like, right, there's few people who look forward to Mondays as much as we do, guys. So good. So let's roll some dice.
Yay. Yeah.
Let's clarify, Monday nights.
Monday
night specific.
Right.
Monday morning is still a nightmare.
I mean, that's,
We're recording in stereo.
Oh, is that why it's
high
up? It's peaking in the red a lot, which is why.
Is it peaking in the red a lot?
Yeah. It's maybe turning it up.
It's better. I can turn it down. It's better to turn it down.
Yeah. Do you want to do like an actual audio test?
It's fine.
It'll be fine.
Look, it's fine. See, look how much
And
better it
then
is.
I will talk.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow,
right.
it's
No.
Yeah.
No.
My booming voice.
Yeah.
That's like a radio announcer voice you got going
it is
on.
very classic radio
A
announcement.
little bit more.
Okay.
My
So,
grandpa used to yell a lot.
last session was what did we do? We went to the war room, had some waffles, discussed several tactics, put together some pieces of or theories that demons or devils might be orchestrating a war between the Feywild and the Frostfell for their amusement and or gain. You managed to talk Oberon off a ledge, or maybe just bring up the point that you don't want genocide, because he seems pretty angry about things. And after that, you went did some shopping, and then we got on the dactyls and crossed through into the Frostfell, where we resume right now. We are in the air, if I remember correctly.
Oh, so that is where we left off.
Yeah.
We picked up Zurich and...
That's right.
We had just seen the clouds or the city.
We had just approached the castle in the sky, if you will.
Yeah, you'd seen, just off in the distance, you saw that there was a city built upon the clouds. Somehow, so it's magic giant construction, where clouds are able to support their weight and and the weight of a whole entire city, off in the distance. So, aboard all of your dactyls, you each have a driver, and what's your formation right now?
Willow's in the lead.
Okay.
I mean, that's pretty much a given.
Yeah.
Okay, should we get the minis and put the minis in order?
Okay.
So I know.
Oh, you're just saying that because Anolo's not here. He wanted to win.
No, I'm sure he would have done that.
No, he always, that's a normal.
Always forced into back.
Which one am I?
Alright, so I'll be first.
I'm sorry. I think Rid's got it, man. I don't think it sounds exactly like it, but I prefer it.
Yeah, we should get some sort of like a triangle geese thing to lower wind resistance.
Who's that?
Are we being geese?
That's Tyrael.
Oh, we'll go with that.
Quack!
It's so scientific of you.
Sorry.
Where's your...
Bad Mighty
You
Duck.
want to be in the
Bad
back?
Mighty Duck.
I'm sure I'm
I'm
gonna swap.
I'd like to think I kind of just straggling the rear because I'm kind of the stumbling fool.
Is that you?
No, you have the staff of
No,
warning, man.
I thought that was... this is Tyrael.
I'm pewterful.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure who the...
Peter is
Me.
Northwind.
That's me, I think.
That's you, right?
I just picked a small one out. Yeah, I'm good there.
Who were the two on the dactyls that were carrying the chest?
They should probably be in the middle.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
we'd have to
us.
Be, yeah, we'd have
Yeah.
to be next to each other then.
Yeah.
Be in the center.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
Are you on your own?
I suppose I should maybe just. I would want to be next to my Goliath buddy. And it does
That
make
puts
sense.
you right up front.
He's in the front. He's racing. He wants to
Who's
be
that, Zamordo?
first. You probably want to
Yeah,
be
it's
first,
probably
too.
Zamordo.
From
We all have our own.
Yeah.
No, the mortar's over here.
Yes, because
Oh,
I'm
you actually
competitive.
pulled more? Oh,
right.
the big hammer. Okay.
You know what?
Right,
She
we all
brings
have
up a
our
good
own.
point. My
Is this
competitive
anybody?
nature would make me want to ride alongside my fellow Goliath, because since he
Not
wants to
sure.
race,
Don't know.
so therefore.
Okay.
Okay.
Naturally.
Front?
Yeah.
Okay.
And for the record, I am unaware that my staff is
Oh, okay.
its abilities.
Do that then.
I just happen to get it from my former master. I don't know that it actually does anything. I've attributed, similar to Thor and Ragnarok, mistaking Mjolnir as the source
Yeah,
of
that's
lightning.
not
The worst. Except the opposite in this case.
Gotcha. That's
That's what I just said, but not really.
We're in a
Kind of
triangle!
We're more of a delta.
Oh, well.
Dorito shape.
Dorito shape. We're flying Dorito! I'll take it.
It all works. Love
Perfect.
it. Okay.
Doritos, we're trying.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. We said Cheez-Its. Guess what? Cheez-Its.
Magical
Maybe
cheesy
later.
flavor.
Do you have
Should we roll
rainbow
for-
goldfish?
Rainbow goldfish, specifically.
Yeah. Let's roll for the RP initiative.
RP initiative roll.
20
He
non-natural.
rolls highest
Oh,
talks
okay.
first.
Non-natural.
9.
7.
11.
10.
Also,
Okay.
non-natural.
20, non-natural. So I know Andrew's gonna be first. So they'll be followed by Toozard.
11.
So 19 to 15.
I don't think anybody rolls it. Oh, I heard lots of low numbers.
Yeah, I did.
There's
Okay.
an 11 and
Two
then
20s and then
Yeah.
drop off.
11 to 6.
Yeah, 11.
9.
9.
7.
10.
10.
Woo! Highest of the lows.
Okay.
Take what I can get.
So 11. Northwind's a 10.
That's how Alvin will like straighten himself up when he's standing next to Ned and Snow, just to be like, I'm the tallest of the short
Yeah,
people.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's not just a hat. A gnome hat.
Okay. So, the air around you is cold. It is windy, and you're moving at a pretty good pace. The wings of the pterodactyl flap pretty much rhythmically in time as you're all riding an expert pterodactyl squadron who have been, from birth doing this together, flying around doing things. Off in the distance, you see the clouds are kind of massing and becoming more puffy as you get closer to the kingdom. Sort of instinctually, the drivers want to get a better vantage, start to take you up through the clouds and get above them. And you feel that brief hit of ice as you pass through some clouds on your faces, and now you are above the clouds, where it is a rarefied realm. It is difficult to breathe. It is getting kind of past midday a little bit, and the light is very, very bright. So if things are moving, yeah, you are in I mean it's afternoon sun, but it's daylight.
Double
Man.
disadvantage.
So
Yeah.
nobody thought to get him tinted goggles, did they?
Not currently.
Dang.
It's more a skin thing, I think, right?
No,
Your eyes.
it's an eye thing.
So it's specifically your
You
eyes.
actually
It's
get-
not just like
Like
Yeah.
the hearing and all that's fine. It's just literally the eye sensitive.
Okay.
So you're snowblind?
heyo.
Snowblind.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
ding ding.
Kind of.
Tommy's not here, so someone's got to say it. Roll a con save for pun.
Oh my god.
If we start doing pun saves, and this is gonna be a whole new game.
This is,
It's
Conversation, the game.
yeah, right.
Oh my god.
Okay, so you have a moment to scout around if you wish to perceive things. Like the city is in the distance. You can try to make perception checks on that. You can look around. You can look below you.
Yeah,
If you wish, or if you just wish to banter and roleplay a little bit, that's fine too. You have a moment now.
I had an idea.
What?
A cover. You guys hear me?
What? Speak up.
Toozard, send this.
Use your big voice.
Our cover should be circus performers. We're here to entertain. I can do that for real. And with the amount of illusion spells and strong feats and drunkenness we have, we can do something.
I am quite a sophisticated performer.
Wait, somebody's driving for him. He shouldn't be flying and drinking.
You can't
He's got
do
a
that about
driver,
me,
right? He's a passive.
Aren't we supposed
lady
to,
man.
Aren't we supposed to show up as like people of the Feywild?
Presenting a gift and all that.
Yeah.
But it could be an additional. It could be an additional.
Oh sure.
Extra cover
Oh,
story?
like, oh.
Like
Like there's
Backup?
ambassadors, and then
And then a
we'll
circus.
end a performance.
The ambassadors are traveling with the circus?
No. We are
we're just
merely
part of-
escorts to help liven and entertain while the actual troop are coming behind to provide said gifts. It's
Sure.
a very clever one,
Sure, why not?
friend.
This is
Let's
like
do it.
confusing.
Traveling diplomats and clowns.
I know! Same, really, right? Like,
we're Congress.
oh dear.
Hey, no politics, all right? No politics.
Those
Can't
are
go up to
people.
trial meeting and do it here.
Yeah. Really, everybody's probably on the page.
We apologize.
Yeah, I mean, look, I know Toozard and I both can do minor illusions all day long. Snow, you got any fun little tricks? Not the big magic, just the little magic.
Oh, but big magic looks neat.
I can Eldritch Blast stuff!
You can do that all day too, right?
Yeah.
I don't
You
think.
need explosions. I got explosions.
Pyrotechnics.
I think
Shoot
more
straight up.
tumbling.
Oh,
Tumbling, but
I can tumble as well.
I could try to cartwheel.
I can sing, and my little harmonica that I keep here in my wallet.
You have a harmonica?
Here, in my wallet.
I think we've all just learned something about our new Goliath friend today.
Ah, the aroma.
Harmonica.
Back in my pocket.
Oh my goodness. All right. So who's a diplomat and who's a performer?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, that because you know the guy who talks is.
Yes, I would say our friend Anders should be the head of the diplomats.
The performing.
And the performing.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't work out. It's not a good story.
But could he not act as a ringleader of sorts? He is both the leader of... he represents one side of the government, but at the same time is sort of our guide through this process.
This is nonsense. Let's just do it.
it's more of an idea just to entertain if we need to. You know, we can perform for them and.
No, I think we should have
I
planned
don't
it
know.
before we went in
Do
the
you
air.
just want?
You just want an
Just
excuse
want-
to sing one of your songs?
Yeah.
Could you sing the song about me?
That I could do. But no, it's more like we pretty much are a circus.
Well,
I perform, singing stuff. You guys have the fancy lights and tumbling and.
So, but we have this big chest of treasure, literally from Oberon and Titania. Because wait, why are we doing this?
If we need to get in good graces with them, we could.
We're on a
So
good
first-
mission.
I think
That's
that's-
what the gift is for.
I think it's a great backup.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. It's a backup, not as necessarily.
So if
We
they
go
don't
in
like us
there-
as diplomats, I have enough mustaches for everyone. So,
We can
if they
create-
don't like us as diplomats, we can leave and come back as entertainers.
Sure.
I have
All
to
right.
grow hair of my own.
What could go wrong?
Can I just restyle my beard in a different fashion?
I was gonna say maybe I could go from my regular look. Do you think I would look good with a braid in my beard?
Yes.
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 You think so?
Yes.
Center
we
braid
look
or
lovely.
two? Oh, forked braid. Yes.
Stick with the singer. It is more regal.
What is
less
happening? Let's get
Okay.
to the castle. Yeah. So that was Anders.
I think just that whole session. It was just, here we go.
Oh
Sorry, Matt.
Take it away.
no!
It's been jigs. Why'd your beard foaming? Why'd your beard foaming?
Oh no!
Get the head. What did you get head?
Sorry.
You apologize to the
Some-
owner of this table for that stunt, mister.
Somebody rolled a one.
I did,
Oh.
yeah, that's... Well,
I had a
Rolled a
similar...
nat one on coordination.
I did, absolutely. I apologize. Do you need more towels?
I'm alright. It didn't get me that much.
I didn't get the electrical devices, did I?
Nope. Electrical device is safe.
You just brought me back to my time as Weston
Table
North in the
and my
bar.
right knee less.
You weren't there for that.
It could
He
have
was
been
there
much
for that.
worse.
Wow, that was great.
You missed Smith's first.
One of the great all-time fumbles.
Not the first time I've spilled beer on
I
my
did.
dice.
I did.
Do you want to run some
So wait, you were still in another campaign as well?
Ah,
No.
I'll run some off.
It was fun.
Oh, but I was away. That's right. I remember.
The bottom side dice. They're going to stick us. It'll roll a high pool table.
Because there's no ship and dragon.
Well, okay. I'm sorry. While we're cleaning up the mess that I made, as you are flying along the way, suddenly let's see here, Northwind, you feel that where's your staff?
Oh, it's right here.
You're holding it.
Yes.
You suddenly feel it vibrate in your hands. I need all of you to roll initiative.
Oh, okay. That was fast.
And
Oh, 11.
7.
So was the beer spilling a surprise attack?
Yes, it was. Or was it a distraction?
Worked.
Oh, it did. You distracted me hard.
Okay. Let's see here. Dang it. What do we got?
perception check, you said?
No.
Or
Initiative.
this initiative? All right, then I've got 19.
Oh,
20 to 15.
19 and 17 over here.
Okay, wow, you're rolling well.
Let's not get be grateful.
I'm getting them out of the way right in the beginning, so that when I do an attack,
Okay.
I was gonna say,
Nice and low.
14 to 10.
Hold on a second.
Last thing I
Oh,
want
I
to see
did,
is think my drunken master.
14 for Nolo. That counts.
Oh, yep. That does count.
12
12.
for Ned.
I had 11.
Where's Ned? 11 and Andrew is 11. I gotta check my bonus real quick.
So I'm gonna whisper over to Anolo because we're basically trying to we're probably already talking trash, trying to be like, I beat you.
oh, messed
Yeah,
up
he's
my
like,
feet.
no, you won't. I won't
Okay.
beat you.
Oh, so you say that. Well,
9 to 5.
7.
What a way to make it.
Okay. 5 to 1.
4.
4.
Hey,
Okay, so this is gonna be weird.
if this was
because
golf, Trombley would be like
I rolled a 3.
railing.
Oh, jeez!
oh, okay.
Well,
Wow. Okay.
there you go.
Yep. So there's that.
That's what you get for spilling beer.
That's true.
That's the day school private. Go.
It's just starting out
Okay.
a weird night.
It is. Yeah. The rest of you, besides Northwind, please make perception. Wait a minute, no.
We already did that.
No, we did.
We did.
We did
Initiative.
It was initiative.
Roll
No.
initiative.
perception as well.
Yeah, make perception checks.
Okay.
And if the pizza's here, can we just pause real quick?
Oh yeah.
14. Should I roll 3 dice and take the?
I don't think you can have beyond a
I
single level
I
of.
can't do.
Oh, it's
I can't-
locked
I can't
in.
stop
Oh,
it.
what happened?
There's a password
The
required.
password is Bosco. It's also the key to his. No.
Of course, because it's recording.
So we're just we're
Bosco
still
with capital
recording right
B,
now.
And,
And
and then
O.
the last is the last four of his social. It's 1287.
And then his mother's maiden name, which is, Mary.
Which was actually Placeni.
Placeni.
It was a derivative of an Italian name.
Placeni.
All this happening in that
Very
pictures,
Polish.
that is.
It is very
Yeah.
good. That's because she married to a man who's pretending to be Italian.
Oh, God.
But the joke went too long and fun times. She was a great woman. She was also in the Army. First Marine in the United States.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
That's amazing.
It was amazing. She did an entire
She was a
time
Marine in
jump.
the Army?
She was a Marine, and that's why she was the first one.
A Marine in the Army.
First one
Sorry, that just
parachute,
caught up
out of
with me.
parachute, she landed,
Pizza.
and she just rolled with it.
We,
She was amazing.
we don't have the password for the thing. It,
We cannot
it shut
pause.
It
down.
hasn't paused
so it
yet.
hasn't paused.
We've
So
been recording all
we've
of
been
it.
talking about
Like dead air.
your family and how,
And your password.
your password.
You're giving away all of my.
How about your mom?
All of the most incriminating things.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you didn't mention where the bodies were buried. Or where the survivors were.
Okay.
my
Because I
God.
want to see the.
Okay, so there's what, 7, 8 of you? Okay, so I've made 8 pterodactyls.
Boy.
You each the pterodactyls come equipped with a driver, so it's just you riding around. So try to put yourselves in position to where kind of vaguely where you were, closest,
Fine.
to,
Rough
to,
formation.
to the end.
To relocate Ned appropriately.
Oh wait.
This would be a cool thing to have as video screen. The clouds moving by.
Are you guys on the same pterodactyl?
No, there's 2
There's
pterodactyls.
2, but for the purpose of the board,
the
we
chest too.
you can
as
just
well.
set us on one.
Well,
Our 2 are tethered together by the
here.
chest,
Wait, are
anyways.
these-
Yeah,
so
so-
the 2 of them are on top of each other.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Sorry, I didn't make enough. Oopsie. Alright, so,
I thought they.
perception
There's
checks.
Oh,
Would you
yeah,
guys-
there was another one on there.
Anybody have greater
Oh,
than
wait.
18 or greater?
Bro,
Oh, for the perception?
Yeah.
Oh,
Did I do
perception?
a perception roll?
you know what?
I did not. I don't think I did.
I rolled it, but I can tell it got moved. I don't remember what I rolled, but I know I didn't roll that good.
I don't need
Okay,
to
roll
roll
again.
perception.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't need to roll.
9.
Okay.
I had 14 and an all had 11.
Okay.
13.
I think that'll be an 11 for me.
I'm looking behind us.
Oh, you rolled
You know-
a 1?
My passive perception is
Okay.
higher than what I just rolled. I hate that.
Okay, so from below you, there is this tremendous cone of fire breathing up through the clouds, tearing it a hole in the cloud, firing directly at, let's see, the rear.
Oh no.
That's where Gold is. And our friends.
The little guys. And everyone in a 15-foot cone.
That sound
good.
startled me.
Yeah,
That was the sound of the fire coming up from beneath us.
that's right.
That's the sound I made when I saw the fire.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Accidental ambiance.
Yeah, so it's kind of like up here, this direction. Well,
So
Okay.
it's not coming from the city.
no, actually, we can put this in a little bit more of an order, guys. So I
Like on the grid.
more accurate grid.
Okay. I was trying to place a person on them in the grid spots.
Okay,
That
so
makes sense.
no, right behind you. So the source is here.
Okay.
Thanks so much, Calvin. I was going to lose my mind for a second.
Okay, so the two in front, the two Goliaths are going to escape the cone blast, but the chest carriers, Ander and Toozard, are going to have to make a dexterity save.
Oh, good.
Alright.
I'm good at those.
I'm not so good at those.
Oh, and I did well.
You have to make it with disadvantage because you didn't. This is a surprise attack.
No!
But is Anolo giving
I rolled a
them
5 and a 5.
I don't need
Also
disadvantage on
good.
this, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
What's
What's the range on Anolo's
Still a 10.
aura thingy?
Oh, yeah.
I rolled a 4, or if I can somehow manage to roll worse than a 4,
Do I have negative
I can't.
No.
All right,
Plus
so that would be a 6.
Oh, well,
That's your
that's
adjusted
rough.
score.
For some reason I have a +1 on Dex.
Protection? Is that
What'd you roll? Oh no.
Alright.
Okay, so after the flame exhales and finishes.
Bonus on saving throws. Ooh.
Well, actually,
Double 18.
Within 10 feet.
I got a 22.
anybody? I think that's going to be a save.
That 18th increases to 30, so.
Yeah,
Okay, so
it's
that did
10.
22.
What at 22?
This one's
Toozard, you fail.
Yeah.
Alvin, what'd you have?
I rolled a 6.
So
I'm sorry, it's a fail.
Yeah.
14?
That's a fail.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
So you get it.
Okay, so that's all,
and
just
he
the four of
gets
you?
it.
Yeah.
I know.
So those of you who fail, you take 31 fire damage.
Oh,
You want to run him? Since you know better?
I can give it a go.
Ned, since you passed, you made your save, you take 15 damage. Okay. And immediately behind you, seem to appearing out of the thin air, is a chimera.
Oh.
And its dragon head has just finished exhaling a cone of flame at you.
What are the other heads?
The other heads, there's a lion head and there's a goat head. Yeah.
Is this one of the ones with the snake tail?
No, that's the manticore.
Oh, it's lion, goat, and
Dragon.
what would be the dumbest of those heads?
So just for photo's sake, that's what you're facing.
Okay.
No,
Friendly
the goat
little
would be the
fella.
dumbest?
Or the lion. It's
Yep.
definitely not the dragon head. The dragon head has to be the smartest.
And okay.
And
So-
my blind brothers, try to speak to it. Tell it to be friendly.
Officially into combat. Now, since we are flying, if you can go up and go down, I do have shot glasses just for positioning. Put them over your character on top. You can move it around. Yeah. So
Okay.
we have stuff for
Meat.
that in case you need it. But I do recommend or suggest that for terms of gameplay, think of this as 3 levels. So right now we're on the middle level. You can go up. I'd go up 1 or go down 1.
Okay.
So on top of the shot glass is up,
Yeah.
under the shot glass is under.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Just for ease of gameplay.
It's like that weird game with chess in Star Trek.
Yeah. Right.
The
Yeah.
3D chess.
I mean, in the future, I do hope to have like multiple level tier things, but that's like for epic god battles later on. But, you know.
That would be amazing.
Yes,
You know, after we fought our way through hell.
we'll get there.
We got Chimera first.
Yeah.
No problem.
All right. So the Chimera is behind you. That was the surprise round. Actually, no, Northwind, you get a reaction, or you get a full action during this because you were not surprised. If you wish to take it, you were made aware.
I'm aware of it, but I don't know what I can do as a drunken master on a pterodactyl.
Fly Adam and Superman punch?
I mean,
You can
hope I don't get hit.
Maybe?
control it. You can leap off. You can.
All right, so I am going to, and now my speed doesn't matter either because it's the speed of the pterodactyl, correct?
Yeah. So the pterodactyls, they all move 60 feet.
Okay, so I'm
So
going.
just for compression's sake, let's count each square as 10.
Can I ask a character for a second before you move? We tend not to coordinate battle, and I always assume that's because it's more realistic because we're not able to if we were really there in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But are we allowed to, or do you want us
What
just
do you
to
mean?
keep doing? What
You want to like
We can
metagame
talk.
Yeah, well,
We can talk.
You mean like
Game planning?
sit
Reaction.
down and be like, all right, here's the plan kind of thing?
Talk tactics.
I mean,
Yeah, we.
well, because there's been times where like I was ready to cast a spell, an area of effect spell, and somebody's moved into that area because we haven't talked about it. Which I thought, okay, that's cool, that's fine by me because that's realistic. We wouldn't necessarily be able to
right.
coordinate.
Yeah.
But I don't know how Matt feels or how you guys feel about
I say if you do it in character, then
I'm just so yelling
Yeah.
out things.
I feel like
I mean,
I'm
you
going
would
to do
be
this.
talking to each other to try and do a little bit of coordination. I mean, you wouldn't want to just...
Well, I just got lit on fire, so I'm probably screaming right now.
Right. As am I.
but internally quiet.
Yeah. As far as like table talk goes, once in a while it's okay, but for like combat situations, generally it's you can do a little bit, but try and do it in character when it's appropriate for character. You know, that kind of thing.
Alright,
All
sorry.
right. So I'm gonna. In that case, I think what I'm gonna do is knowing that this thing, I'm now in a fight or flight situation. I'm gonna see if I could drop back to be right alongside the Manicore, or excuse me,
The Chimera.
Chimera.
Yep.
That should be so I could fall back as far as I can. As I pass by my dear robot friend, I'm gonna say, "I hope you can catch me." And
Him.
Can you? Is that 6 squares?
I guess you have only 5 of those squares he can
Oh,
go.
okay. One. Oh, so like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. Okay, you can make it. That
all
works.
right, and I guess I will just begin to attack it with.
Yep. You're within melee range.
Yep, I'm in melee range, and I can do 2. Just naturally as part of my ability. So first strike, roll to hit. Rolled a nat 20 on the first strike, and the second strike, 17 plus dexterity, I believe.
Plus at least 4, I would assume.
I'd be using
You should have one calculated specifically for your weapon.
dexterity is plus 2. We could, yeah,
Plus
'cause I
your
don't.
proficiency.
Right,
So it's plus
proficiency.
5 total.
It's probably on my
Yep.
actions here.
It's 23.
Plus 2. Right.
Nat 20
So-
and a 23.
right.
Those are 2 hits.
Right. So in that case, that would be 1d8 plus 2,
And then a crit.
and 1 is a crit, so it would just be max damage, right?
It's the maximum. Double the die roll. So roll the dice, and then double the die roll.
Okay, so let me get my d8. Let's look at,
So you just double
get a
whatever you
second
roll.
one. Where's
So it could be a 2.
Well, not yeah.
the second one? Will be the black die. Oh wait, that's a 10. So used to not using these. There we go. Dark one will be my not crit. All right, so 7 plus 2 is 9 times 2 is 18 plus 7 is 25
Wait, so the critical, you double the die, then
See,
add the modifier.
So 14 plus...
plus 2. So that would be 16.
6, very close.
So 16 plus 17 is 23.
23 damage.
Total? So 16 plus 7?
I am really tempted to do a flurry of blows. You know what? And I'm also going to do a flurry of blows
Hey man, go for it.
to do one more attack on it.
Blows, just one more
18.
attack?
Yeah, one more melee attack. It's just melee 1d6 plus 2. So 4 damage. So that's 27.
Nice.
Strong start.
Come in, the water's fine, gentlemen and ladies.
Okay, so how do you have a certain sequence you want to do?
So I decide to like kind of open my arms up and like hold on a pterodactyl so we kind of like parachute back, and as I get right behind it, I like take my staff and just kind of like pull it out of my back. So I felt it vibrate my pow, and I just like clock it on the back of the head. Excuse me, on the
Okay.
on the dragon head, because I figured that the mane would probably act as a cushion, and I didn't want to get my stick tangled up in the branchy horns of the goat head. So I just like smashed it on the teeth, like kind of like where the nose, where you had the snout, but before the eyes, like right there, like pow, just as I came back. And then as I stopped to like slow down, I was like, whoa! I managed to like, so like I came back and hit this way, and now I'm ready to do swing forward. I swing again, and this time like right back into swing. Right into the middle of the back of the dragon's head. And since I was still close enough, because it kind of like jerked out, I managed to just kind of like kick it with my boot one last time.
Nice.
Boot to the snoot.
Boot to the snoot?
Excellent. There's episode title, Boot to Snoot.
People are going to listen and not really going to...
Okay,
Not like
so we are finding ourselves at the top of the order. Northwind again.
Oh.
That was my reaction. That's right.
That was your surprise row, yeah.
Now it's for real.
No. Hold on, let me just... I want to mark my flurry of blows before I...
Toozard's on deck,
More does it.
followed by Nolo.
He's got control.
Sorry, they changed all of the stuff here, so... Weird. Okay, confirmed. Yeah, that's fine. So I'm going to do another attack.
I like Chimeras, these guys are great.
So I'm going to do the same exact thing again.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be okay.
Leave the lion head for me.
Okay, so here we go again. I'm going to just do... let me get my second 20 right here. Because I'm going to do a... I could do 2 hits in one
One attack.
attack.
Yeah, that's your full.
Roll the 19 and plus 5. Right. 19 plus 5 is 24, and then 9 plus 5 is 14.
2 hits.
So 2 hits.
14 hits. That's nice to know. 14 hits, you guys.
14 hits.
That is a hit.
Alright, so a 1 and a 1 plus plus 2 each. So
Are you lucky? No, or is that
4, 5, 6.
Okay.
So 6, and then I'm going to do a use another key for another flurry of blows.
You got it.
So I don't have to roll for flurry of blows. I
I
believe
think
it's
you
just
have
an
to
ability.
still hit.
You still have to attack.
Yeah, okay. It just gives me the opportunity. Fair enough. 15 plus 5 is 20.
It's a hit.
Bam.
So
Oh
1
my god!
plus 2 is
Oh!
3.
Winded himself from that strong reaction.
Yeah.
Well, it was that whole like momentum that I got, and then once I was in the position, I was like, I don't know, it hit. I'm gonna hit you with the stick again.
Okay.
Very same as the West. What?
So, since you also have on your pterodactyls, just so you know, your pterodactyls can do when they do the move, they can do this thing called a flyby. So when you move away, it doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity.
Ah.
So if you wish your pterodactyl to move, you can move away without getting attack of opportunity. But if you wish to move or jump on it, that will provoke attack of opportunity. Okay?
Do you want to move your pterodactyl away from the combat at all?
Just for ease, I think like the dactyls just focus on moving.
They're
flying.
transport animals, not.
Yeah, they're not really trained for combat. Most of the riders and stuff are what would hold bows. I mean, there usually like a bowman on the back of these guys, but in your position, being the gunner, so to speak.
I would be willing to say that the pterodactyl on mine, on North's, was basically kind of like held onto by his legs. So when I went like this, it was like, whoa!
Okay.
It just kind of held back. But so now that I'm that far back,
Good.
do I have any movement left on that?
The driver in front of you is like, what the?
You
I
moved
moved
on your
in, I
first
smacked
turn.
him.
Now this is your second
You
turn.
can move.
so
Yeah, you can still move.
I would like to move a little bit further back and to the
Towards me?
DM's left.
And to the right?
Yes.
You want to get behind the
There's a
chimera?
river.
Like that?
No, behind the chimera.
More that way?
There. Yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
sounds good. Good. Okay, Toozard.
How far away are we from the castle time-wise? The speed we're going, how long will it take us to get to the castle?
You're still a few hours out.
Hours.
Yeah.
Okay. Multiple hours.
Yeah.
You can
That's
see
not
very
what I
far.
wanted to hear.
That's probably why he said it.
Okay.
I like this combat.
Oh no!
Okay, so
This
in
combat.
that case, how big is
It's
this
been
thing?
2 sessions. We've had combat, dude. I'm like,
I
wait, it's gonna be a good one.
I'm ready to.
How
Yeah.
big? How big?
How big is the Chimera?
Yes.
The Chimera is a large monstrosity.
Large. Sorry, I had a few things planned, but none of them are happening now.
Yeah, right?
Okay. I am gonna cast watery sphere around it.
Around it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Won't it just drop?
No, watery sphere hovers in the air.
Okay.
How far above
Awesome.
the ground does it hover? Anywhere? You need to probably double check.
You conjure up a sphere of water within a 10-foot radius. The sphere can hover in the air, but no more than 10 feet off the ground.
Aha!
Oh.
So it
There's
remains
the
for
catch.
the spell's duration.
Yeah, you can't do it.
I can do it.
We're not 10 feet above the
It'll-
ground. We're
it'll
way
just-
more than 10
No,
feet.
I can-
It'll just
It will
fall.
descend.
It will fall, but if it captures him, it will fall
With him
with
in
him
it.
in it.
I'm pretty sure it's
not sure if it works
Are you
that.
Sure?
I think it'll basically be
It's not
like
like
fall through a
It's
cloud.
not like the
Does it
force
actually hold them?
cage. If it
If a
was force cage, it would do
creature-
that.
If a creature is engulfed, the creature is restrained by the sphere and engulfed in water. And at the end of each of its turns, it's restrained.
Yeah,
by
and
Make
you
a
can
strength check,
move it
right?
around and pick up people with it.
So I can make a strength check. I
It
assume?
is a savings throw. Strength
Okay.
saving throw. Yeah.
Okay.
It's really strong, isn't it?
Probably.
You can do it. You can try it.
It's
It's still,
literally
it's still
got
worth it.
a lion and a dragon head on it.
It's pretty ingenious.
What kind of wings is it? Feather wings? Drawn a chimera
They
through the
have
air.
what are they? No, they're dragon wings.
Ooh.
It's basically like the body of a. The front half is
could
lion.
just
The back half is
Freeze
goat.
the
The
sphere
wings
of
are
water.
dragon. Yours, Quinn.
So,
Can
just
you do that?
I was just looking over because I felt like I was doing something a little wrong. I have technically extra attack, which means I have 2 attack.
Per action.
You can attack twice instead of once whenever you take an
So-
attack action on your turn.
When you
Right,
took the-
you
yeah,
can
you
do
did
that.
that.
Right.
That's exactly
But
what
also, my bonus of Flurry of Blows
Is two
is a
attacks?
bonus for 2 attacks. So I missed a second
you
on
missed
each
a
one.
couple.
You want
No.
a couple D6s?
You can roll
Mea
it.
culpa. I will do it wrong. But I will do it right next time.
Okay. I mean,
No, the moment has passed.
You rolled like 3 ones if you want. I mean,
You did
like
roll a
really.
bunch of ones.
I mean,
Hey, no, let's rub that in. That's hilarious.
no, we're trying to say, like, maybe just
It's
we can
not
just
like you're
retcon
being-
it.
You're not
Yeah.
being greedy.
This
It
thing's
would
super
be
dangerous, has tons of magic. We don't want that. I'm going to polymorph it into a giant vulture.
Guiding bolt.
Giant vulture. Polymorph.
You're changing it.
Yes,
Polymorph.
into a giant vulture. It
Okay.
doesn't have any magic attacks.
What's my What's the save I have to make?
It is a...
This would be sweet.
Where did it go?
I think I could freeze it.
Where's your spell?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Polymorph
Polymorph
one.
wand. There it is. 15 wisdom save.
Okay. So
Oh.
your arm opens up, the wand emerges. You fire this kind of swirling black purple polymorph shot at it, like giant vulture. And it hits into the center of the chest and sinks in and doesn't do anything.
Ugh. He might be immune to magic stuff too.
No, he just passes save.
He just passed the thing.
Right. Now you may move if you wish.
Oh no,
Right.
really? I haven't breathed in yet.
Right next to me.
Oh, did you just smoke you guys out?
Oh, sorry, guys. Oh, wait.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
it's
dogs
through
did
my
it.
shirt. Oh no.
Really good.
Yeah.
One surprise attack per encounter.
Yeah.
Barney. That's just cruel.
And for our dear listeners on the interwebs,
Yeah.
to immerse yourself in the experience of what we're having right now,
That's my pit bull.
I'd like for you to go to the bathroom and just... Well, no.
I was gonna hear.
I realize...
Oh my god!
Casting cloud kill.
Is it normal that I could see it?
I'm starting to get a little faint.
Oh gosh, don't say there.
Okay. Here we go.
Physical.
Thank you. Thank you. We're now breezing the area.
I'm going
to counteract Barney's dog fart smell.
Okay, are we good? Is that better?
That's slightly better, yes. We've Febrezed.
Magical dog.
Well, I did bring the Febreze just in case. This is like, backup in case the carpet's changed. Okay.
That's better.
Toozard, are you moving? Am I moving? Are you moving? Yeah, no.
No,
That's a good spot. Oh, okay.
I am also. I'm like, I tried.
Okay, Anolo.
Right, so I'm gonna fly back and I'm gonna hit.
It's a very Anolo thing.
Is he flying right between
You can go up. You can go up, over, or down below.
Basically about the same path that
On the other side, yeah.
which puts him directly next to him. Alright, so as that is a move.
Well, we don't have to burn the place on fire. It's just the smell.
So burn it down, start over.
Nuke it from low orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
It's no longer clean here.
I need a young priest and an old priest.
So that counts as a move action, right?
What?
So you don't get one attack?
Yes.
Huh? No, he gets.
Well, he gets two
two
attacks.
Okay.
Just he gets one attack action.
Okay. So, 19
That's a hit.
Dang.
and 21.
2 hits.
Nice one.
Ned and then Ander.
Ooh, good rolls.
7.
13 from hit 1 and 12 from hit 2.
Whoa. So that's how much? 25?
Yes.
Okay. Good.
He did it in
Ned!
a row, though.
That is going to Eldritch Blast. Oof. Alright, let's see if either of those hit. 13 and 11.
2 misses.
Yeah.
So,
14 is the bottom of the line.
yeah. Sorry to hear.
Okay.
What color is your Eldritch Blast? Did you decide?
Oh, it should be totally like a black silver sort of.
Black silver.
Ooh,
Nice.
I like
That sounds like a. Never mind. Black silver. Okay, so 2 streaks of black silver eldritch energy careen past the chimera as its head kind of dive out of the way, and the dragon just kind of howls at you with no fire weapon left. Okay, Ander, unless you choose to move.
I think I do. I wanna do.
Who's with you? Is it you and Alan?
Yeah, so I'm just
We
gonna
are-
rotate over here.
You are connected.
We're
Yeah,
connected because we're on the.
Yeah, but if I rotate here,
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
All right,
still
that's
keep,
fine.
Like with maintaining the distance,
Yep.
I just don't want to be.
Yep,
works.
no worries.
Really don't want to be clawed to death. Sorry,
No,
I apologize.
that's
it
fine.
also
Oh.
provides the ability for you to be like over here.
And just future point of order, I just want to clarify something with if you are engaged in combat, like so for example, if you were in melee range and you just moved here and moved here, that's not provoking attacks of opportunity. Because that's just, you're still in the same melee combat, it's just when you move away from melee combat, that provokes it. Just so we're all, I just want to, we know. Okay, so you've shifted or moved, that's cool. Andrew.
The Lionhead should make a wisdom saving throw versus DC 16.
The alignment. Oh, I know what you're doing. I like it.
Yeah. Wisdom?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm casting kind of madness on the Lionhead.
Okay, how does it look?
It's basically, it sounds like Crazy Train. And he shoots out like these like crazy Veritech fighter missile energies shoot into the lion's head.
Nice. So they sink in, and you see him shrugging around, and turns around and looks at you with rage. And nothing doesn't seem to have worked.
There's a lot of misses going on.
Unless you move. Total legitimate strategy. Total legitimate.
Actually, I'm gonna duck underneath it and come up on the other side if that's possible.
That's cool. Yep, you can do that.
If it's pissed off at me, I want to be near a Nova. Or,
Yeah, that's actually
or
smart.
Northwind.
Okay. No.
Can I do a knowledge
Alvin,
nature?
Yes. This will be your entire action now.
Oh, the whole thing?
Wait, nah, forget it. No, let's not do
You do
that.
bonus
Alright.
action.
Nat 20.
Natural 20. What do you want to know?
Weaknesses and resistances.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Me too.
Okay, hold on.
What do you know? What in combat is really useful? How do I kill it?
Okay. It's got none. Oh. So it's totally vulnerable. There's no vulnerabilities. There's no resistances. It's just
It's not magic resistant.
not magic resistant. It's just a beast
And
or a monstrosity, actually.
this is just a generic question for flying things. What does rough terrain do to flying things? In the event that there's like a sphere of storm.
Just in case that happens.
Well, let's just try it and find out.
Okay.
I'm guessing it's like
I
low
mean,
visibility.
we're moving forward still. I mean, we're not moving as fast as
Yeah.
because now combat started. I think we're moving probably 30 feet forward per second
Plus my radius is
or
already
per,
too
per,
big.
per round. I mean, but so if you want to put something ahead of us,
Everyone to fly.
you can fly into it.
Everybody's kind of at same level. aren't
Yeah,
they?
right now everyone's still the same level.
Alright, that would be way too bad to do. If I have something that big. Okay. First, I'm going to fly up above it.
Okay, so that's going to be 10 feet. Someone use the glasses. Hooray! Now, theoretically, someone can occupy the same place as Snow by being under the
By
glass.
being underneath. Okay.
And instead of doing something gigantic, I'm going to ice knife. Good old ice knife. I'm going to burn 3 points to make that heightened.
Oh boy. It's not pulling any punches on the sorcery points.
I have 8. They're fun.
They are fun. That is true.
Let's see. So, since each square is 10 feet, you said?
Yes.
That should put everybody outside of the range of the explosion. Yes, it will. I get disadvantage because direct sunlight, but I get advantage because within.
You moved out of combat. You moved out of, with the. You moved out of melee with the Chimera, didn't you?
Because it's a pterodactyl.
Oh, that's right. Flyby.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. That's why I did this. That's why I did it.
I also do, I can do that anytime I want to,
Yeah,
generally.
So here it goes.
Ooh,
Oh no, that's not good.
Oof.
Well
It
done.
has to be a 14 to hit. Is it plus
deck in
7?
your favor. Why do I do these things? I don't know.
13.
It's
You're
fun.
biased toward your friends.
That's fair.
It's a 13
Oh,
to
You just
That's
don't
a
want us
miss.
to have to roll up new characters.
hit, but the ice does still hit.
Okay.
But-
What explodes,
Well,
right?
yeah, it explodes on spot, but he can make a dex save DC 14.
I saved.
Of course.
Nothing happened. Oh,
Okay.
it's at disadvantage because of heightened.
Because of what?
Heightened spell.
Oh, okay. Yep. Still safe.
Okay, nothing happened.
So yeah, the ice knife careens down and explodes, and just kind of all the shards of it go all different ways. Some sink into the fur of the lion's mane, doesn't seem to do any real damage. All right, you moved Elvin.
Yeah, so I take a running leap off of my dactyl and just screaming from the top of my lungs, I wild shape into a giant eagle.
No!
Yes. Hold on. Let's do this then. This is just okay. You actually get you want to use the owl for your shape.
Yeah, we can switch out. I'll use the owl for my shape, and then
Okay, so you're where? I'll put you right here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
you're
'cause
off the
I
board.
jumped off of the.
Oh, that's.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. I switched it.
Oh, did I? I moved the wrong one.
Oh, okay.
I thought
Then
that was.
move-
Okay,
yeah.
That is completely
You look like that
unnecessary.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
It's fine. We're both tiny people.
Okay, so that's your action, right?
That is my action. Moon druids can do that as a bonus action, but I'm a land druid, so that's
So, you
my
just
whole thing.
Bird.
I only learned this way after picking my circle. That if you want to be a tanky druid, listeners at home, if you want to be a druid who plays as a tank, go moon druid, don't go land.
The Chimera seeing itself as surrounded. Who's in melee with it right now?
Anolo.
I
I think he.
dashed away.
So Anolo.
Because it was in contact. It's still in contact with Alvin, who's now transformed into.
Giant bird.
Well, since you moved, I get an attack of opportunity because you moved. Right? Yes.
You get an attack of opportunity if he moves away from you, but he's moving towards you. I don't
No,
think.
move out of combat because he was in combat with a pterodactyl. He jumps off and transforms into the open space next to him. Right?
So he'd still be in the threatened square. He didn't leave it.
Fair enough. Okay.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think
Okay.
there's an attack of opportunity unless you're
opportunities
trying to run away,
for-
kind of, not
You know
running
what?
towards it.
Disengagement.
F you guys. F you guys.
I'm glad I did that.
But good. Okay, good. That's totally fine. Let's see. So he's in contact with Alvin, Anolo, and are you in melee with the?
I wasn't. I was.
You were not.
I just flew
No,
underneath it.
You're like
Okay.
10 feet away.
The model's just longer now.
Okay.
Yeah, the model's longer.
Okie dokie. So he will lash out at, I guess, what the Chimera was looking at, the tasty morsels holding the chest, the two smallest people, and then seeing it transform to a giant giant eagle. I'm sorry. He's going after the giant eagle, so you see. Okay. So first, the dragon head bites and snaps and misses. The goat head lunges his horns and misses, but the lion head comes around and I think hits you.
I mean, probably. My armor class actually is better as Elven than it is as the giant
What's
eagle.
the eagle?
Armor class is only 13.
Doesn't have any armor on.
I didn't-
It's not. It's just a creature. I'm not wearing armor as an eagle.
So it's
I'm just
Okay.
a big.
You're not an Iron Eagle?
Oh,
That'd be cool.
So it's probably just
so I
10
hit you
plus
twice
dex.
then.
Okay.
Okay. So I hit you with the bite, the dragon bite, and the claws of the lion.
Before you tell me how bad you hurt me, let me just figure out what my hit points are. I'll just go with the average.
Okay.
That's right. He didn't roll first. He just went with that roll.
All right. So you take 22 damage
Okay.
from the bite and the slash. Hold on. I need to reach.
So Alvin still
Okay.
out there? Or?
So in that case, it is. It's going to try and fly upwards.
Now,
So those of you who can make attacks, make them now.
so now I get an
you
attack.
can
Yep.
attack of
So I don't?
Oh,
No, you're
No.
not. You're not melee.
But Anderwood.
Underwood. Oh, Anolo.
Anolo.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
jeez.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Okay.
Brains.
oh no.
That's not enough. Oh, wait. Was it a plus?
Plus 9.
Dude, how does he get a plus 9? That's crazy.
14. Because he's got plus 5 for strength, plus
Plus
3
proficiency.
for efficiency,
That's 8.
and then he's
Plus
got
one
plus
is
1
his
long
magic.
sword.
Wow.
Okay.
So
Plus 9. That's a hit.
Holy
Did you roll
cow.
No, not yet.
Okay, roll.
Giant eagles have multi-attack, so I have beak and talon.
Just do one.
All right.
Pick one.
Whichever one does the most damage.
Talons then.
Damage.
It's a 15 to hit.
That's it.
All right.
That's a 7.
Come, jeez. I know.
Doing good.
Destroyer of worlds.
Destroyer of worlds.
5 damage. It's a terrible damage roll.
You know strength wise?
13.
I'm working off
I'm
of
rolling near
these
max.
stats.
Okay.
So it's 2d6 plus
Okay.
4.
So, at
Oh,
the
6. Sorry.
at the
I can't
conclusion of this Chimera's turn,
DM too. Wait a minute.
from the right side, another Chimera emerges.
Oh, I need friends.
And you didn't see it because it was invisible until this moment.
Great. Okay.
All right.
And now another 15-foot cone.
Oh.
Everyone make a dex save.
We did.
Did that get me?
No, not you.
Cool.
This could be Tyrael. Is that Tyrell's character?
Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't do a thing for Tyrael.
Yeah.
We didn't.
We could just leave Tyrael.
Yeah,
out.
That's not
He
bad.
doesn't really
I'll
need
make
to
a
be there.
save for him.
Maybe that's enough.
Oh,
16.
he failed.
Oh no.
Roll a 16.
Oh, you're not affected.
I know those in this.
What's the cap?
What's your goal?
15.
Is it?
You succeed.
No, I think I know it's too
Nice.
far away.
I think I'm too far out.
That means I also succeed.
Tucker, Tyrael fails. He's going to take.
I rolled a 25, so I saved.
So is the dragon figure the Chimera? Did I miss something or?
Yeah.
There's 2 now.
There's 2
The
Chimeras
dragon
now.
is the second.
Oh,
career.
good.
Quick
I thought it was
Okay,
the
so each Toozard and Ned take 15 damage.
Each square's 10 feet?
Oh. Okay.
I'm not. They're moving close. Close.
For
Okay.
saving 15 damage.
Yeah, because you saved that on the deck save.
Like, there?
Yeah.
Okay.
My bad.
I'm sorry, what? What was that? 15 on a save?
I have 10 hit points.
Yeah, because
Okay.
it was the fire breath from the
Yep,
dragon.
no problem.
Okay.
Ned would like to use her reaction to cast Hellish Rebuke on
You got it.
the Chimera. We need to roll a dex save of 14.
Oh, they're done.
That wouldn't have changed much.
I need to put them on something.
Okay. You want the train? You want a map?
I did this. I do.
Okay. Okay, so we good?
I feel it notable to mention that that blast of fire forced me to revert from my wild shape.
So are you falling now?
Yes.
Are you in?
Featherfall?
Did you hit?
I have...
Did it hit you?
It's
It
a
wouldn't hit you.
15-foot
No.
cone.
Oh,
It's not going to
so
hit
it'll
you.
No,
Maybe-
it's not gonna hit you.
Oh, I was
You didn't
outside of the
miss
range?
it. You
Never
didn't
mind then.
Yeah.
I'm fine, and nothing happened.
You had that featherfall token.
I have the Featherfall token
Yeah.
anyway. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was out of the range of that one.
Hellish Rebuke did 6 damage
Okay.
to that.
Okay. Great.
Can we all fly these?
I misread that.
I don't think so.
With my knowledge, I
mean,
can't
they
remember
caught
how to
up.
outfly these things.
That's what I was gonna do originally. I
Okay,
was
so
gonna either
top of the
follow
order. We have just so you, the Chimeras are a little. I mean, you notice there's some armor on them that normally wouldn't be there. Right. So it's not really protective gear, but it's just there's like some sort of ornamental kind of ceremonial
Is
kind
it
of
metal?
Yes,
And we got heat metal?
Oh, I wish.
it is metal, and inscribed. There are runes inscribed in the metal. You don't know. I mean, in combat, you can't identify them. You just know that they are runic.
I was going to see if maybe we could identify markings or whatever.
If you want to, you can do that as an action.
Oh, I thought you just said we couldn't know.
Well, I mean, in the heat of combat, you can't. But if you want to focus on it, you can.
Alright.
You don't know.
You need to attack.
I know doesn't think that's important.
So
Top of the order, Northwind.
So, I'm gonna dive into the Chimera right in front of me.
Okay.
Alright.
Yep, that's melee.
So, I'm gonna do, let's see, flurry of blows 2, so 3. You know, I'll just do the first one and then I'll do the other 2. First one Both a nat 20.
Okay, so that's your first attack. You get 2 attacks, right?
And then I get my flurry of, my second attack will be,
You get 4 attacks total, right?
right, I get 4 attacks total. So, no wait, because Flurry of Blows has 2 attacks tied on.
You do only need to roll 3d20. Or, yeah.
So
You only need to roll
using
3d20.
3, so if your
But then I
bonus
get a
action...
second attack turn. Oh wait, but the bonus for Flurry of Blows is
Yeah,
for
you
just
need
one.
to use your attack action in order to use for blows as a bonus action, right?
Dad, I'm making a
Right.
Yeah,
It's a bonus, so I guess it's just 2 attacks and then Flurry of Blows was just 2, so
2
it's
more.
4.
Yeah, so your first normal attack for the regular action
Right.
is natural.
And nat 20.
Okay,
right.
cool.
So now I'll roll another one for the second attack. 9 plus 5 is 14, which is
That
a
hits.
hit. And then the last 2, a nat 20 and 18. So 2 nat 20s.
4 hits.
Yeah,
and
4
2 nat
hits and
20s.
2 are crits.
Oh my.
And I realize
Oh my.
and unarmed still includes my staff because I'm a martial artist, so I don't have to use the d6s. It's
Right,
just going
it's
to
a
be
D8s.
d8 plus 2.
So do the crits.
So that's
6, 4 will be the crit, so it's 8 plus 2 is 10. 6 plus 2, 18. 28. 33.
Total?
Yes.
Okay. What's your sequence?
So I'm kind of sitting back there realizing that I kind of botched it the first time, so I come flying in again, but this time kind of coming in at a little bit of an angle. And from behind this time, I basically do the same kind of thing where I hit on the way in with the swing right at the back of the head. And then in order to kind of get my fist in for the second lob with my flurry, I kind of go to put my staff kind of into like its little holster sort of thing. And as I do that, just kind of get it right under the jaw. And then I'm like, oh, excuse me. And then block it in the face 2 times and say, excuse me again. And then I just kind of go, and then disengage, not disengage, but, wait, I can disengage if I use another key point.
Well, you're on the
disengage
dactyl.
with
You
your
have automatic disengage.
Alright, so I'm going to just disengage. I'm going to fly up a little bit
Okay.
from where I am right now.
Put him on a shot glass.
Yes, it's quite appropriate for me. Thank you.
Get the job done. It works.
I'm all for improvising, especially when it's effective.
Alright. Toozard, another one's on deck.
I'm just gonna turn around to the guy that just blasted me and just banishment.
What are you doing?
Banishment.
Banishment. Ooh, I forgot about that.
Charisma saving throw.
Oh.
charisma. They're going to be high in charisma.
What's my DC?
15.
Okay, so what's it look like? What's it look like? Pop.
It's gone.
Blinks out of existence. Like, can we mark his spot? So we can, that's right. That's where you can. Yeah.
I told you it's the hammerhead.
Hammerhead. Nice.
I have to concentrate on that, but we can do one
Okay,
at a time,
so
guys.
this chimera was snarling and it just disappears.
How many rounds?
Next round. Come back next
If I
round.
don't get hit, then I'm okay.
Oh, okay.
But if I get hit, I'm dead.
So, is that 1 round that he's disappeared for?
Nope.
Or...
Oh, it's a concentration, right?
It's concentration. It's a minute. Up to a minute.
and
no,
there's
Ned.
nothing it can do, right?
It's,
Yeah,
and that's
it's
strength
just-
order to
No. It's if it failed its save, it's
That's it. Okay, I'm just making sure I understood
That's
what's respect here.
So now that a Noel has full round of attacking, it's the 2 plus 1 more? Attacks.
If he takes the attack action, he gets 2 attacks total.
Okay.
One other question: is it native to this plane of existence?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
If it's not, you can like send it back there. Is
Yeah,
that
it's
how it
gone
works?
for good.
Yeah.
Only 1.
Oh, 1!
That is a net 1.
Oh no!
And I know
That's for
I'm
one
doing so
attack, though, right?
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing the other attack.
There you go.
18 plus 9, so yeah.
Okay. So the first attack kind of just wildly misses. I need you to make a perception check.
I guess plus 0.
Okay, yeah, so because you wait, Anolo gets kind of wild and kind of aggressive more than he usually does, and kind of loses his balance a little bit, sees the setting sun blind him in the eyes. Your next attack, roll it again for disadvantage.
Oh, that 18 that hit is no longer necessarily a hit. That's still gonna be over. Yeah.
21.
Somehow he manages to just ring it back and roll damage.
He doesn't want to be outdone after seeing North
All
wreck
those,
him.
bonks. Ooh, nice.
Constantly rolling high on that die. 13.
How do you want to do this?
Nice. Well done, Snowman.
Well, that's an old technique.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, Nolo. Roy.
You think you got him, and he's gonna stretch way back, come down, and take the dragon head right off.
Okay. So the dragon just, you see the neck flail around and blood spurt everywhere, the head falls down to the plain below. And the body kind of freezes for a second and just stops and just lilts away and careens down towards the ground below.
That's how you kill a Chimera.
How long can you concentrate on that? You just leave him behind.
We won't. It's only a minute, so
you could
that's.
technically just peace out.
Do you think we can make it?
You could, yeah. Okay, because you have a whole minute to get away. You're flying
let's
full
get
speed. You can peace out.
Whoosh.
Okay.
Wait, can I start playing Westendorf and Northwind at the same time? Just saying.
Disassociated identity.
I mean, we're setting a
disorder
precedent
on this
here.
end of the table.
Okay.
Didn't
So
know. Just saying.
effectively, we are out of combat. Well done.
So the second one right away?
No, he banished it,
He poofed
and then
it.
Banishment.
and we just career, just
Okay.
run
Since
away.
we're moving,
I remain in
Disappear
peace
it's
for a
vanished
while.
way back
Yeah.
there for a minute.
I can fly.
So we get
I assume I'm
a
just
minute
as
lead
fast
on
as
it.
the
So
jackals are.
and now there's definitely going to be no surprise.
Yeah,
so
so-
can we expect it to come back, though, in a minute? To
Yeah.
come back at us?
Well, I mean,
So long as it wants to keep at it.
I mean,
It may
it
not
came
know.
for us.
It may notice that there's like the scent of blood of Chimera in the air, and just be like, I guess I'll find something less dangerous.
I think it's a good thing to go for it either way. We can kind of regather ourselves and
Yeah.
not be in combat and not be taking damage.
If we can just watch behind us and be
Yeah,
like,
like even if it does come back after us.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna fly next to you and reach over and tap you for.
We are still a few hours
Cure
away.
wounds.
We could take a short break, like a short rest. Don't you have like a
Yeah.
special short
You can
rest?
take a short rest.
A bard ability?
Before we take the short rest, I just want it noted that Alvin does a quick little spin right around Anolo and just goes, "Ah!" Because I can't talk right now, but I want to tell him good job.
Nice. Well, I mean, you should throw this into Northwind. You did most of the damage.
I also fly over to North and flap my wings majestically as if to say, good one!
Since you're on short rest, you can use your hit dice to recharge your hit points.
13.
13?
I give you 13 with a spell.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna need it.
You're gonna.
I don't think
your
it
hit dice
touched
are
me.
small because you're a wizard.
oh, you wrecked him.
You can't gain spells back, though, right?
No.
Not on a short rest unless you have some
you're a
kind of
warlord.
feature.
All I needed was my
Do that.
stick.
I have. Oh, and I'm also going to give. I'm also going to give you a Song of Rest.
Song of rest. So
I'll
can
give
you
it to
roll your
anybody
hit
who needs
dice?
it. Actually, I
Do
need
you
it.
have d6s
Hey.
for hit dice?
Yes.
You have the same
So
amount
what's
as you have
Song of
levels.
Rest?
So you have 8
Anolo
total.
does have lay on hands.
Well, let me use all of them
I
then.
think we'll be alright.
Yeah, I think I'm
I've
fine.
never healed anybody before, so.
Before the next session, though, I would like to do a
I was saying,
short
I've got
rest
a couple
just to get my key points back.
We're literally.
Alright, so for the short rest, I will
Oh,
revert back and land on my dactyl.
Oh, there we go. That's
I
not
can actually
so bad.
only use. Oh no, half hit points from recovery dice.
So
that
how
means
does
I
the
don't-
Song of Rest work? Because it's plus
I'm
1.
looking it up.
If you or any friendly creatures who can hear your performance regain hit points at the end of the short rest, each of those creatures regains an extra 1d6 hit point.
Ah,
Nice.
Oh, okay.
That's super cool.
An extra 1d6?
Yes.
Well, something you've never used before. That's pretty awesome.
Unfortunately, I only take half of hit points.
We all
I only
can,
used 3
right?
in that last one, and I got 8 total.
If we use a hit
So, I
point.
mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
I wish I remembered about that sorcerer.
Alright,
enough
so
for me.
my hit dice is
I think so. I think that needs a long rest.
D8. And then extra D6 from the Song of Rest.
you're doing fine, you're doing fine.
So,
And I even got
Nice.
lucky that I could have used if I wanted.
Thank you, Ander. I got max off
It's
of
really
your
solid,
side
a little OP, I gotta admit.
and I will spend.
It does feel
I
good.
get to do like healing stuff.
I mean, we
Yeah,
have
nice.
51 HP, and the stick I've got is clobbers people. Pretty handy.
Alright, so that.
So that was pretty cool.
Well, if he didn't hit banish me, I was really worried we were gonna lose somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
right?
no. He's like, yes, that's what I wanted.
Well, no, it's
Well,
like,
you wanna
I
feel
never,
that
I never
way.
want to see someone get killed. I like the threat, the
Yeah,
possibility
the
to be there.
feeling that
Okay,
this
burn
might be the
one.
last time
Yeah,
40.
you get to do anything ever. Pretty good.
Right, because if someone went unconscious and fell off the dactyl, that's it. There's no coming back from that.
Yeah. Yeah.
How's
He's
it
pointing at me.
Feather Fall Token is an automatic.
Huh?
They gotta
Feather Fall
activate
Token
it.
is an automatic.
No, it's a command word.
Well, you can cast Feather Fall. So.
Yeah.
Oh, that. Oh, yeah. You can take your dactyl down. There's the things you could have done.
If worst comes to worst, Snow would have to like leap of faith off that Assassin's
Okay.
Creed style and cast Featherfall.
Great. Okay, cool. So, as you guys fly through the air, kind of a little battered and worse for wear, you kind of bandage yourselves and kind of use magic to heal yourselves, and it's really the rest of the is uneventful.
Both my wild shapes back because we took a short rest.
Okay. So as you're approaching, you see the city, and the city is built upon what appears to be like solid cloud. And it's this mixture of like white, gray, blue. Like it's got tinges of purple and orange to capture parts of sunset as their ground. Guys. Okay, so as you approach, make dexterity checks.
Ooh,
Why not?
dexterity.
18.
Okay.
15.
7.
16.
Not good.
Oh no, that was a 2.
5 for Snow.
Oh no.
And come on. 9 for Anolo. Oh, 13 for Anolo.
Okay.
He's inside his own bubble.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to get the order back.
So,
Where we at?
Back line at the end.
Oh, that or?
Or just like in the
so from basically the front side of the Cloud City, as you're approaching, you see this giant boulder hurl past you, and barely missing Anolo and Northwind. And it careens off behind you and arcs back down behind you. So, and down in the city, which most of the towers, or most of the buildings themselves are almost like onion-shaped, kind of more circular. There is an alabaster gate. Well, it looks more like pearl. And let me get my notes a little bit.
Oh, we can't. It's blocked.
Hey, Dad! You stepped on our dungeon!
I did, huh?
Yeah, you knocked the
You stepped on my
It's
head.
special. We don't want our dungeon.
Ready? All right.
Okie dokie.
Doesn't look Druish.
Okay. So as you approach, you see these massive archways that are carved out of pearl, and it's carved in giant. There's a title there, and down in front of the gates, you see a cloud giant who's older, and he's I guess he's. Where is my description?
Are we just not reacting to the bullet that we just saw?
I'd like to.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to tell you what you guys see.
Yeah.
All right.
Paint me
Okay.
the picture.
Yep. He is, even from this distance, you can tell he has, very clear blue eyes, azure eyes, kind of set back in his head a bit, and it's kind of larger or more misshapen. And he's bald, and he wears dark blue robes. He has several rings on his fingers and sandals with laces all the way up towards the knees.
Mommy took out one of our Dungeons and Dragons things.
That's awesome.
Those are all for
I found them
dragons.
for you. Yeah, let's go play on your desk.
Fantastic, bud. Very exciting. All right, so there's a boulder, and he looks up, and he kind of squints, and he goes, "Huh?"
What the reaction I expected from that description.
Yeah.
How far away are we now?
You are approximately, where are we? You're closing in on 250 feet. Okay. You're probably currently like 380 to 280, but by the time of the boulder throw is about 250.
Do we see where the boulder came from?
Yeah, it came from him.
Okay, he threw it.
Yeah.
But he didn't expect to see us based on his reaction.
He was just chucking boulders.
For fun, maybe.
Like you do.
Does he have more boulders with him?
Yeah, there's a whole pile of boulders next to him.
Is he reaching for another one?
He's kind of looking up.
I'm gonna.
He sees you, he's squinting. Little people!
Was that your best spin on that throw, Cloud City, man?
I'm not sure if he can hear you.
Nope. They can read, right?
Yes, they're not dumb.
Okay.
But do they read
Are you
common?
gonna skywrite?
Yeah, do they read common?
I mean,
Yes,
isn't that the point
they
of
read common.
Okay.
They can read and speak common.
All right, I'm going to use
And
major image to project out above us. Greetings from the Feywild. We conjure in gifts.
Okay. What's the image look
It's
like?
it's in like sparkly letters of like gold and like rubies and things like that. It just looks really like fancy.
Okay. And he looks up and goes, "Wow, that's something." And he looks down, he sees you guys. Whoa! Okay. So yeah, anything else you guys want to talk about before you make your descent?
That seems to work.
We need to make sure we actually get to whoever's in charge as quickly as possible. We don't know anything about these guys.
Also, what are we going to say when we get there? Are we just telling them what's going on?
Yeah, we're from the.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much going with
We're
straight
trying
up.
to
Yeah.
avoid
From
all-out
Oberon.
war.
We're trying
Straight
to do the diplomatic thing.
Yeah, they're not. There's no war from them that we know of.
Probably warn them that Grimfrost is probably getting involved with something he probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
Attacking villages and whatnot. And we come bearing gifts to kind of smooth everything over. Oberon sends his regards.
Well, I think you
Right.
should just go.
I feel like-
gifts. Oberon, he's great.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way,
Lead with
Frost
gifts.
Giants.
Lead with gifts.
I think.
Remember,
Oberon just wants to remind you that he's your friend. And
Okay,
yeah.
we're working on talks with the ice giants.
Yeah.
And the
But
ice
they-
giants are kind of underneath the...
Cloud Giants.
Cloud
Cloud
Giants.
giants are like the head giants.
So,
as
yeah,
I
so
recall,
they're
yeah.
probably aware of all that happening.
Unless
On
That
some
didn't
level.
seem like there was
Grimfrost
a lot
might
of.
be falling a little much.
Yeah, he might
We don't
be.
know.
He might have gone rogue.
We don't know yet.
So better
So
to
yeah,
go
so I
up.
would say the general consensus
I
is
think
we're
we can
leading
happen,
with
yeah.
gifts.
And it doesn't hurt to slather them with some like nice good words, positivity and praise kind of stuff.
Oberon
Yeah.
did tell us that they demand respect and all that, regardless of anything, or else they will get angry and squish us.
They're not so much feats of strength.
It's more wealth and decadence and all that kind of thing.
That's what I did.
And being respectful.
These giants are bougie.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Sparkly gold jewel.
Okay, so as you take formation and your pterodactyls land, you hear this soft thud as the pterodactyls land into the cloud land that is the ground of the Cloud Giant city. As you look around, the giant who is kind of he's clearly an older cloud giant. He's even got kind of a hunch to him. He kind of walks over to you and goes, "Oh, hello. Welcome to Klunus. This is our city, and I presume that from the letters that you're from the Feywild?"
Indeed, we are. We are the Odd Lot. We are well-known adventurers down below. And King Oberon sent us here with gifts and to talk about a very urgent and important matter down below. Something that confronts the validity of the ordinary.
Really? Okay, well that sounds serious. And he noticed he's looking at you like, and he's 3 times your size. So he's kind of bending down, looking at you, and he sees, oh, that's a fancy thing you have that you're wearing, and it looks like something from Corella.
Yes, these are...
I want that to be in
There were gifts from
character.
Oberon. Yeah, that's very in character.
I was gonna say, like, you nailed it.
Yes.
And
They're quite expensive.
well, so obviously you have credentials, but the I gotta say, I like the ordning and all, but it's a little restrictive for me. But I understand that you're probably on a mission of great importance. You have a chest there. Let's get going. Okay.
All right.
So he goes over to the main archway. He opens the door, pulls it open, and inside there is marble stoneways. And there is a giant garden on each side of the walkway. So he's walking around, and it's fit for 2 giants to walk comfortably side by side. So for you guys, it's a massive kind of walkway. You can easily, all of you, walk the same line and get there. The garden is full of root vegetables and other communal kind of fruits and vegetables. So you'll see pumpkins that are the size of carriages, the turnips that are about the size of a small car like your Prius. There are apple trees that are enormous and bear very large fruit. So you're walking through this giant garden that seems to provide fruit and vegetables for the giant city. And as he walks by, he goes, "Oh, I should have introduced myself. My name is Digitus." And he picks up an apple, he starts biting, and he's chomping, and like bits of apple are flying out of his mouth, and like you see these giant drops of like apple nectar hit the ground. So this is our communal garden, and through here we feed our people, and sometimes when we have extra, we bring it down to the people below because they need it. And he points over there. He goes, "That's my family. Those are my houses." And he points to a section of, by your standards, palatial houses that look like just like normal houses, but just quadruple and quintuple the size of everything. So it's very, very large. They seem all carved out of the same kind of cloud material, but more solid and more shaped like stone. The roofs are almost like a terracotta of purple and azure. And they're, even the window frames, they're kind of decadent, and there's silver and gold filigree all the way around each window and doorway entry. And you can see that's up to the left, and you come to the center, and it kind of divides into 3 places. Forward, there's a central keep, which is this massive, almost intimidating structure all of purple and ice blue. And it's a very large keep. And off to the left is a bridge that connects to another cloud that has a central building that occupies most of that cloud and other small houses around it. And off to the right, there's another bridge that goes to a larger, like the largest of the 3 clouds that the city occupies. And you see 2 temples and a long row of houses, and what appears to be a large purple garden. And Digitus says, he goes, okay, so, this is our garden, I said that. And off to the left, there's our library, which has a lot of our excellent things and a lot of our own great books. Not free, not like public libraries down there, but, they're good. And in order to get a book from the library, we have to win a bet. Well, a lot of our economy here is derived from betting. Sometimes it's informal, like to get a book or to get a piece of a vegetable. But sometimes it's more serious, like me, where I was trying to get higher in the ordning, and I lost a bet to Vekros, who was our chief. I shouldn't have bet ordning ranks, but I did, and I lost. Anyway, I'm sure I'm not going to get it back, but maybe my granddaughter will, but that's okay.
A little shagger than I thought.
What was the chief's name again?
Vekros.
Vekros.
And over on the right, we have two temples. One to our god Memnor, he's awesome. He's a two-faced god. On one side he's deceitful, on the other side he's just kind of mischievous. And then there's the regular god Adam. He's cool. But what I really spend a lot of time in, he points over there, and it's like he's this giant hand, this large, gnarled knuckles. That's our lavender labyrinth. We use that for just contemplation, walking around, and generally gives good times. So yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, I'm sure you guys want to go see Vekros. Yeah, okay. So let's go.
No, my
There's a
God.
lot to take in. Is there a map or something?
Yes.
If we need it. I don't know how long we're going to be here.
I don't think we should leave until we get locked in the labyrinth.
Did we go in the library?
The labyrinth.
Oh,
Until we get
labyrinth.
locked
Okay,
in the
that's
labyrinth.
my informal map.
Okay. Crazy.
Okay, so as he takes you over the bridge towards the keep, and as you're walking, you feel that it is kind of spongy, but amazingly resilient, but not infirm. Like you're not going to fall through a cloud. It's just this amazing kind of wonderful feeling, almost like you wouldn't want to leave.
Like walking on marshmallows almost?
Kind of.
Does it kind of poof whenever you make a step?
No, you kind of just sink in. It's not like a poofing thing. But as you walk across the this bridge, the keep just seems to loom and just exude this kind of presence of authority. But Digitus seems totally unfazed by it, and he goes up. He's like, "Okay." He knocks, this 3 loud, resounding knock hits, and suddenly the doors open, and inside the keep is much more rigid than the rest of the Cloud City of Klunus. It looks more marbled and more stone, like actually brought up from the ground and put here to be carved and set and positioned. And you are in a massive main entranceway. So think of the very end of the Mines of Moria when they're running through the exit, and just before the end there's a huge opening area with a lot of pillars and buttresses inside and stuff like that, and it's very, very open and very cavernous. And Digitus walks you through, stomp, and you hear this every time he takes a step. It's unavoidable because he's giant. You get out. He's like, "Well, they're probably out on the lawn. Yeah, we'll check there first." And he takes you all the way back through the grand entrance, through another set of rooms and a hallway with doors that are all shut. So at this point, if you wish to do something, you may. I mean, if you can roleplay, you can talk to him, ask him questions. You can sneak off, whatever you want to do.
Vekros, I'm sorry, does Vekros have a formal title?
Yeah, he's our clan chief. And our clan matron's name is Leog. That's his wife. She's okay. He's okay.
That's his wife, okay.
But I lost to him. But it's okay.
What did you bet on?
Well, I kind of had this bet going with some of the Goliaths down below, on the Goliaths down below, not with. One of our things is we bet on things we can't really control. So I bet that the Goliaths down below would survive many of the attacks of hobgoblins, and I lost. Yeah.
We know of one group that survived.
You do?
Yeah. What was the town? What was that town? We got the refugees out of?
Yes.
Where you found me?
What was that town?
Oh, yeah. What was
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
town?
What's the
what's
town you
I don't remember.
Okay.
Yeah, let me search my memory banks.
They went to the Feywild.
Yes.
They did.
I'm telling that.
Okay. Some Goliaths went to the Feywild?
Yeah, it was the best place for them.
Because of all the bad stuff happening down there.
Because the ice giants are eating them.
Well, yeah, the Frost Giants, they're kind of classless. They're just a bunch of brutes who just like to eat things. No, me, not so much. And you see them, before your eyes, turn into vapor.
Whoa.
And you see this giant, cloudy, gaseous form, and he looks at you and goes, "Hi!" He's waving at you. You see this misty hand waving.
Literal cloud giants.
That
Yeah.
That's
is a great trick.
He looks at you. Well, he can't talk. He shouldn't be able to talk right now, but
Oh, because he's in cloud form?
yeah. And then he coalesces, and he comes back into form. Thanks. I like it. It's fun.
Ned's gonna cast a minor illusion on herself, around herself, and she's gonna strike a pose and then just form a cloud-looking stuff around it. So she's gonna be like, and she's gonna make herself look like she turned into clouds.
Hey, that's pretty good. You keep practicing. You'll get better. Okay.
Do I think that's gaseous form that he cast?
Make a check.
Can I do an investigation?
Yeah.
Probably an arcane check.
If you take out your bubble pipe.
Sorry.
9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Yes. The spell, he does have gaseous form. Yeah.
Zuki's to do
So that's a spell.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, he brings you back through another set of double doors, and before you, hold on, I have more narrative. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Passing through the grand doors at the back of the keep, a long lawn runs down the cloud ground. It is easily 900 or 1,000 feet long and just as wide. Dotting the lawn are several boulders of various sizes and shapes. Some are tremendously large with rivulets of blue-green. Others are huge and have large chips and dents in them. Still others are simply large, easily picked up in one hand by a giant. These large boulders come in blue, white, and purple, and are the most plentiful in the lawn. The lawn, while well manicured, is also pocked with potholes. Gardens line the perimeter of the lawn, giving it an air of privacy and fragrance. Vekros picks up a large blue boulder, gives it a quick toss, catches it, kicks out his leg, and hurls the blue boulder. It careens through the air with astounding speed, keeping its line for an impossibly long amount of time. At the other end, Leog flies up into the air and catches the stone with two hands. She grins devilishly. Quite the surprise. Try this! And she winds up and hurls the large stone back. It twists in the wind, curves and wavering. Eyeing the trajectory, Vekros leaps to the right, stretching to his full length, and catches the boulder. The giant's crash nearly deafens your ears, and you nearly lose your balance. He stands, smiles, and hurls the boulder back. Hey, Chief Vekros! A delegation from Oberon is here. Hold on. So, Vekros turns around and he gets down on one knee and he looks all of you in the eye, getting as low as he can. And he is a mountain of a giant compared to your size. He is light-skinned, like the sky. He's very muscular and has silver eyes. He has silver hair that is cut short and wears a pearl-like crown. Leog, in the distance, descends from her flying. They can fly too. It's great. Yeah. And she has purple hair drawn back. It is luxurious. She has onyx eyes and is robed in a Grecian-style attire. Both wear gladiator-style sandals. Leg has sleeves of tattoos, and she wears a mask on her face. And from this distance, it's a little difficult to gauge what the mask looks like, but it is a mask.
A full face mask?
Full face mask or just like a
full face mask?
Full face mask,
okay. Vekros has several platinum necklaces around him. He's like,
I don't be a cloud jacket.
what can I do for you, or what can I do for Oberon?
Use these guys? Or...
Yeah. Tell him about the gifts. He doesn't have to do anything.
Point of order. I'm sorry. This is officially a skill challenge. So, with this, there's a couple things. This is relatively difficult, so you need to have 7 successes before 10 failures. If you choose to do like an information gathering tactic, like a skill check or some more kind of stalling ability, that won't count towards a failure. That's just kind of a pause in the round, and we'll have to go through our role playing order for this. There are other things you can do. If you choose to do like insight stuff, rolling that will give you certain information about characteristics. So if, for example, you roll like a 17, that'll give you access to certain information or the option of certain information. And don't forget, this is a way for you to showcase your character, to use things to impress him, or whatever you may need to do. And I will let you know that Vekros starts out to you indifferent. So you're totally just neutral territory with him. If you wish more information, that is that. So let's. Do you guys want to decide upon an order, or do you want to roll for it?
I would like to volunteer my character, Northwind, to be last, only because in the grand scheme of things, like my whole thing was just trying to protect the folks who were being hurt, but this has become more of a mission for the Feywild-esque end of it. So I'm just kind of sitting back and being like, I'll let you conduct your business. You will do. I will ask my questions later.
Okay,
Get this
so
over with.
let us choose. Northwind is last. From table like Andrew, you guys want Andrew first?
Yeah.
We'll have Andrew
Start
lead.
It's either Andrew or Ned, because
Yeah.
Ned will just be like, "Hi, I'm Ned." If you don't say something
Yeah.
first,
Yeah.
Yes.
You're
I
gonna
don't
roll
like
for it.
awkward silences.
You want to have a roll off?
You want to have a roll on the starts first? Oh,
17.
6.
Here.
Andrew's first.
Yeah.
Quick question about the chest.
Yes.
Are Anolo and North carrying it all the way here, or
Sure.
That makes sense.
Yeah, let's do that.
The big guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so we still have other folks. Anolo's not going to roleplay this. So we have Toozard, Snow, Alvin.
Do you want to go right after Ned, or do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Why not?
And Snow, if you don't mind, I'll go right after
I'm cool
him
with
then,
that.
if that's
I'm,
fine.
I'm kind of in a watch and react situation right
All right.
now.
So, just a quick reminder. What is it that the cloud giants generally value? It's...
Prestige, wealth.
Yes. Much of their place in the ordning is determined by wealth and their show of wealth.
Okay.
Good thing I I didn't change out of my nice robes.
Ned is not going to be first because she's busy putting like all the fancy stuff she can find on herself that she has.
Damn, if I would have had a moment to prepare, I could have.
You can take a moment. You can take a moment if you guys want.
Do you want to shine gray?
You can take a. Let's just take if you want to prepare. Before. Take a moment just to prepare yourselves before we actually begin the skill challenge.
Yeah. Sweet.
I tune my lute.
It should still be fresh.
Meanwhile, you hear.
I was
you
going to
hear
say, can
lag.
you polish my armor? Yeah. Digitations all around. Boom, magic laundry.
Clean.
You're a dry cleaning service. Nice. In the meantime, Leog is walking back, and you see her kind of squinting and eyeing you, very, a little leery of the little people that have suddenly got into the kingdom. She is. What else can I tell you? What else can I tell you about her? Where did I put her?
How tall are they?
They are about 27 to 29 feet tall.
Holy crap.
That's bigger
They're
than
like
Major
building
Image.
house.
Alright.
Yep. No, they are enormous people.
Houses. Okay. So,
If I turn the cube on its side, I can probably get the cool piece.
Okay. Oh, at this point, since Leog has gotten closer, you see that she wears a mask of joy.
Oh.
And it looks like in her face, it's just a smiling, happy face. But one side is white and the other side is black. And from this distance, it looks like it's carved out of stone. You can't tell what stone it is right now.
okay.
Why is that concerning?
Because it's creepy. That's why.
Can you
Because
see any
it's creepy.
scars or anything when they're close to the mask?
Make a perception.
Nope. 2 plus 2 maybe 4.
Even though she is very large, it's a little difficult to see because she's moving. You're kind of distracted by her awe and presence, so you can't really get a good read on that. We ready?
Yes.
All right, let's dive in. Ander.
I don't have very many pretty things other than a diamond.
Great Clan Chief Vekros. I am Ander, and this is the famed Oddlots, the heroes of the Summer Court. We have single-handedly rescued King Oberon. We have repelled an assassination attempt on the entire court, and we stand before you on urgent business. Does he react at all?
He raises an eyebrow. He's just waiting.
But first, King Oberon sends a gift. Fellows,
Yeah. Do they just pop the lock or?
No, there's no.
There was no keyhole or lock on it.
Well, there was a lock sort of thing.
There's a padlock. There's no keyhole.
Yeah. It's a
Okay.
special.
Are there any of the pterodactyl pilots?
Well, there's the gate.
They're at the gate.
with
Yeah.
the dapper.
Did they say anything when we went off? We didn't
I'm
talk about
assuming
it.
once it reaches the right person's hands, it'll
Yeah, it might be like magically enchanted and it's just going to pop open for him.
So Anolo and I guess Northwind bring forward the chest. Yeah. Yeah, easy peasy. He sets it down, and the lock, it kind of hovers and turns toward Vekros, and he looks at it, and it seems to have like almost a facial recognition feature, and it just unlocks. And you see this giant hand, this little, take one finger and just dwarf the size of the chest and just gently open it up. And he looks inside, he goes, This is a very kingly gift. Tell Oberon he has my thanks. Inside's a bunch of plants.
Plants!
As well as there's some treasure and some gems in there as well.
Oh, they have their
They were
gardens.
plants.
Fake.
What kind of plants? Do I have any idea?
Glad you asked. Make a nature check.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
All right. Everyone cross your fingers with me. 14.
Okay. So you look at them and you recognize that there are several species of Feywild plant here. But there are 3 in particular that are rather rare, even in terms of the Feywild fauna. So, the first is a species of twilight vine, which is these long tendrils of blue, green, and purple. Then there is a pot of moonflowers, which have like these lovely blooms of almost like irises. They kind of, fan out, but they're definitely moon-colored, and there's like this weird dust that lingers above each of the flowers. And finally, there is one bouquet of just wildflowers from across the Feywild, in addition to some other smaller trees and other vegetation that you have come across in your travels. And there's also several assorted emeralds and many variety of coins.
The dog is
Really loud.
snoring really loud.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Low rumble.
Okay. Since you have presented the chest in an effective manner, Ned, you will have advantage on the next die roll.
Oh,
Is that a success or was that just...
That was a success.
Okay.
a real darn good one if I get advantage on whatever I'm doing.
Actually, just roll for that and make it official.
Oh, yeah.
16?
Yeah.
You roleplayed it so good that he almost didn't have you roll.
Yeah.
Alright.
I need a drink of water, though.
Okay.
So I'm gonna-
Toozard on deck. No, you don't have to interact with the giants. You can do other things. Okay.
So Ned steps forward. She's taken this resin that she had in her one of her pockets, and she has literally just like basically studded everything that she's wearing with diamonds.
Did you dazzle yourself?
I bedazzled myself,
Oh my god.
and and I have put on the ring from the Master's ring.
Stuff in her
And I have a fake Duke ring that I'm wearing, as well as a couple of other things. I have the elven seal like tucked in my hair with diamonds stuck on it, all kinds of stuff. It's just decked out to the point where it's comical, basically.
Yes.
However,
You see Vekros look at you. He's got kind of a smirk emerging on his face. You are a strange one.
Ned is going to make a very elaborate bow and say, "Good chief, we have come to avoid copious bloodshed and correct the wrongdoings of things down below. We don't call these lands our home, but we care about these people, and we come to speak with you as the sensible giants in this area, the intelligent and the more that word that means like you're really cool compared to the other frost giants.
Majestic.
Yes, majestic. Yes.
Well, clearly the little folk cannot control themselves. And as the giants being the most powerful beings in this plane of existence, I see it as our duty to use our strength to benefit all.
Benefit, yes, benefit. Indeed, mutual benefit
Yes.
for all. I 100% agree. The concern that we have right now is that, well, things are not benefiting everybody right now, and war could be a result. And nobody wants war. Except maybe that demon guy. There's a demon guy who wants war. But I don't remember his name.
A whole lot of browish and ixnay on the Eamon gay.
Okay, so is this, are you trying to persuade him? What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to warm him up to the idea that bad things are down there, and
Okay.
that the cloud giants are smart and should know that these bad things should be stopped. And
Okay,
agreed.
so make a persuasion check. With advantage.
Uh-oh.
I do have this.
I'm going
Or we
to use
could
my
save
lucky. I have a lucky. I'm going to use my lucky.
You have advantage, right? So you get 2.
Yeah, she did it.
Yeah, I'm 7. plus 9. 16.
Wow.
16.
That was the worst.
That was pretty bad.
Yeah. He looks at you and he's like, well, truly, the giants, we are the rightful heirs and rulers of the world, and when it is our time, our empire will be restored and all will be well. But since we live a lot longer than all you little folks, it's a little difficult for me to see the short term, so to speak. But if you say there is trouble below, I am inclined to believe you. So that is a success.
Yes!
Are the giants like Eladrin long-lived? Like how? What's their?
You want to make a check?
No, I was just asking. Never mind then.
Toozard.
Yeah. I want to.
Try
what I'm gonna do next, because I was kind of hoping it would come to me while Ned was talking, but it has not.
No.
Perhaps. Something
Stand there, look
else.
shiny.
Yeah, stand there, look shiny, and cast Detect Magic. Start casting Detect Magic.
Okay.
Wait, why?
Because I don't feel like I can add to this situation, I definitely can detract from it.
Oh, diplomatically speaking, you're just thinking to yourself that.
But I might be useful in figuring things out. Like maybe what is that mask?
Oh, the mask. You're
Maybe-
curious about.
Leog sees what you're doing, and she stomps over to you and squats down and looks you square in your little eyes.
Little eyes.
And all you see is this gigantic mask, which is twice your size pretty much, staring at you impassively with this grin on it.
That's a cool mask. My face doesn't change either.
Oh, bonding moment.
From behind it, you see her onyx eyes blink. She goes, in time.
Oh. Okay.
And she stands up and she crosses her arms over her chest and just stares at you.
Okay. I'm just kind of like half going like this and just still doing the magic.
just kind of like quietly, just sort of like still magicking.
Yeah.
Okay. And Leog looks over to Vekros. She goes, I do not trust that one. Vekros looks at you and goes, he kind of just shrugs and grimaces. Like, so what? He's casting a spell. So what? And then he goes, Leog, I mean, thank you, but please. All right, Alvin.
Greetings, Chief Vekros. My name is Alvin Solomon Thorogood Falkirk of the Thornwild Falkirks, commonly known as Alvin Allgood.
My jaw just got open.
That's so fancy.
Explain.
It's a formal occasion. Since like day zero, gnomes are really big on names.
I know.
Yeah. I've been sparing you guys this the whole time. Commonly known as Alvin Allgood, I am the hero of Harlan's Gate, one of the saviors of Ellery, and along with my fellow compatriots here, representative of the Feywild. As Ander and Ned have pointed out to you, we are in dire times. There are murderous, evil giants afoot. Not like you, your esteemed presence, a clear, wise, calm, and level-headed man. As you have pointed out, you are much longer lived than us smaller creatures. I myself am only 103 years old. But I defer to your great wisdom, Chief Vekros. in this matter.
You didn't.
Buttered him up.
Yeah,
You said
no, I was so busy buttering him.
Yeah. Get to the.
We ask you, sir, we come to you to implore you to prevent a potentially disastrous war across 2 realms. We hope to form an alliance with you and the Feywild to quell this insurrection of frost giants.
Make a persuasion check.
Sure. 16.
Okay. So, you're saying the frost giants are causing trouble?
Quite a bit of it, sir.
How'd you know?
We have seen it firsthand. They're destroying villages, shattering homes.
I see
Eating
no villages. I see no
people.
homes being shattered by my frost giants.
They don't see small people as you like. Think about like us and ants.
No. Hobgoblins. Working for the Frost Giants.
Oh, it's the hobgoblins?
Yeah. Hobgoblin minions.
I'm sorry, sir. This must have escaped your notice. I forgot to mention it was hobgoblins working for the frost giants. They must have been so small that you have not seen these evil deeds that have been committed.
Well, perhaps. It is unlikely, but then again, it's just my attentions are elsewhere. I have my clan to take care of and our place and make sure that we survive, so it is possible that I may have neglected to pay the small people some attention. That's a success. Snow.
With my Feywild medallion and my medallion of Sune showing my
Your vestments.
Your best vestments.
best vestments. Let's see,
You're an attractive lot.
You're very glittery.
lots of
I'm
charisma all around
especially
this.
glittery.
She's a disco ball right now.
Do the big bow.
He squints and it gets really low.
Especially low. What was it? Chief
Vekros.
Vekros. Shoot. I had it in my head and now it's gone. Alright. Great Chief Vekros. In the very short time that I traveled through the lands below, I was captured by the hobgoblins that they've spoken of, and after escaping, have learned that they're being directed by a giant named Grimfrost. It would seem to me that there's perhaps a chance that he is trying to reach a bit further than he needs beyond your sight.
Make a persuasion check.
Super cool.
Oh, nice.
17 plus
It's like
6.
a 7 until it rolled off the
Okay.
paper. It's very good.
23.
That's going to be a success.
Oh.
Grimfrost, huh? I had my suspicions of him, but I didn't think I did not think he would threaten his place in the ordning with such wild antics as you are suggesting. Others maybe, but not Grimfrost. This is most concerning. And if what you say is true, more severe action will have to take place. Northwind.
Well, sir, do you like music?
I do.
I would like to sing you a song of my adventure with these folks. You see, I am a Goliath. Our kind is not necessarily friends, but perhaps through song, you will see through what you may not like when you see me. I reach over and I reach and get my little harmonica out. And plus four on performance.
Performance check, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was banking on because I keep saying I'm a performer and no one believes it. So plus 4, and I've got 2 lucky to try to make this work. So not 20, just kidding. Nope.
Oh, come on! Don't do that.
Nope, gotta be lucky because 5 isn't good enough.
That's
14 plus 5.
19.
That's not bad.
I'm gonna stick with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, what do you do?
So I'm gonna start it. So I just kind of like lick the end of the harmonica as a person who plays normally would, and then I start with like something nice and slow. I could have bought a harmonica anyway. I just start to play a little bit from the low end, and then and it's kind of like basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play Johnny Be Good. But no, anyway, I just start playing like this little kind of a thing, and in between, like it starts slow,
Yeah.
it stops and it says, and then I
recover from being completely stunned.
Okay.
and
That's going to be your action.
so it starts very slow and then gets very fast, and I start performing, and then Northwind starts to kind of like sway around in like what looks almost like an inebriation, but you could tell he's kind of doing these bows and gestures, and then he starts leaping into the air with these kind of like giving the idea of like violence and things that are going on that he had encountered.
Are you a dancer? This is ballet.
He's basically, yes.
Well, it just kind of jams it out. But he's good. He just, listen, he is
Martial arts.
through the essence of like, right, exactly. He's a martial artist. He is dexterous. He is capable, and this is what he did.
And play the harmonica.
So
Yeah.
you're dancing interpretationally to the harmonica music to express to him your adventure with no language.
You two are an artist, and you understand that you're not merely you're just choosing a portion of your skill set to express. As he starts to express himself through the sound that's going through this instrument, he just starts to like move with it, and he just lets himself go. And he starts like throwing kicks and doing all these other things, and pointing at like the people as he's like holding the whatever. and at the end, then he just ends with this very low, like, somber note that goes on. You're wondering, like, can he breathe while he blows at the same time? He probably can. And then it says, the names do not matter. I know you may be wondering what events occurred, but I hope that I've conveyed the emotion that these good people have brought into my life and the goodness that they carry with them.
You see him recline, up on his knees, looks down at you with his hands on his thighs. He goes,
I knew it!
This thunderous clap just resounds throughout the lawn. Yeah. I guess he is now friendly towards you. You have now warmed him up to the point, and we'll count that as a success.
5 wins.
That's 5. 2 more. Okay. Andrew.
I kind of spin it on my the harmonica on my finger, and then I flick it up, and then it kind of just falls. And I'm like, oh.
Excuse me for a minute, Chief. So you fight and play music.
This again?
That's kind of my thing.
You're good too.
You could too?
Kind of cramping my style.
I don't try as hard as you though. I don't try.
Like, no respect around here.
Look,
Kind of, I thought to say.
what was I supposed to do? I was like, I'm either going to talk bad to this guy or something. I got to do something that's neutral because
That was pretty cool.
I was gonna say, I've seen you talk to people before. Your character, I mean.
Yeah.
Not always great.
no,
Partially expected. Sausage link.
You hungry?
oh, why didn't you speak sooner? I totally would have gone with that.
Oh man. We're all glad you did.
Throw
have a
the
new
sausage link after
Seen
me.
a new side of Northwind.
Oh my god. What I want to do is get the documents that we found for the Paladin and all the documentation and present that to the chief and say, Chief, we're not simply here to win your favor. This is evidence of all that we speak of. I don't know how.
He puts out a giant hand to you.
Oh Lord.
Oh dear.
He sets it down, looks at it. It's like occupying the small of his palm.
Like toy paper.
He looks down and goes, "What do you want me to do with this?"
It mentions names. It mentions.
Can you
Can
enlarge it?
Can
Can we enlarge it? We can all. I can do.
Can I assist him
illusions too.
and enlarge that to ridiculous sizes?
Yeah,
Do
that'll
you-
be your action.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know that spell?
No, I can't actually physically enlarge it.
Oh, but you
I can
could.
make an illusion of it being large.
So basically,
like a
you're saying
magnifying
you
glass.
can.
Projector. He's
Can I make a
projectoring.
giant magnifying glass.
That's an illusionary magnifying glass. It won't function.
won't function.
No.
Well, what if you were looking at the documents?
to
Could
get
you
the
make an
documents.
illusion of the documents real big so he could read the illusion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so let's make an intelligence check
I can do
to
this.
see if you accurately remember what's in the documents.
Oh, I don't.
You
I
just
want to
have
look
them
at them.
handed to you.
Oh. Okay, so go do the advantage then.
All right. Can I say like yeah? Can I take a here? Maybe I can help with that.
Okay.
All right. Take a look and.
Hey, may Sylvanas guide you. Guidance.
What does that
Roll
do?
an extra
Plus
D4,
D4
and add it to
If
your
you
roll.
need it, yeah.
Sorry.
That's a D6.
That's a D6.
That's
Oh,
the
D4.
wrong die.
D4.
3.
So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
19.
That is just enough for what you, I think, are trying to do. Okay.
Phew.
Seriously,
you look
if you're
at
gonna
it.
do
You
anything important,
sort of
make it.
commit to memory what's in the documents, and you create this large illusion for him to read. How big is it?
It can be what is it like
What are you talking?
You can
20
easily-
foot
Yeah.
square?
Do you want to incorporate any other reading
It doesn't
aids?
need to be 20 foot square. Maybe I should just do a standard. Where is it? That one is. This is 2 by 10.
Try not to burn the big spell slots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, casting big spells is probably more impressive.
Oh yeah. Then screw it. Let's do major image. It's like it's 20 feet by 20 feet.
Oh, wow, okay. Very
Like
nice.
As
Just
big as
real
it is,
big,
almost.
As big as
Yeah, almost
as big as can be.
Any other reading aids?
Little drawings.
Oh yeah. There's gonna be totally like little.
Are you
like,
gonna like highlight certain sections for him and underline
yeah,
things?
yeah,
Annotate it.
yeah. It's gonna be like.
With annotations, yeah.
You know, like all sorts of like cool like vector graphics kind of thing.
Oh, excellent. Awesome. Okay, so
That's a
like,
great spell.
in his hand, this document just explode into this large image. And he looks. Thank you.
There's sound effects and smells.
Kind of smell.
What are they?
Like when we're talking to like a giant, you can kind of like smell the giants.
Yeah,
And
he's
you
got
can-
advantage on
You can
perception
you
checks as
can
well.
you can smell like the like cold air for things and stuff, or like
Oh, so
Yeah.
I see.
as you
What
as
you're
you
doing.
as I'm
each
highlighting,
section
it's like
is
an
a-
experience.
Smell the
Oh.
gunpowder.
It's
Yeah.
a sensory
That kind of thing.
experience.
Yeah.
Oh, that's classy. You get a point.
Ooh. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So
It's a
he's
major
looking,
image. It better-
and it takes him a moment. He's reading. He's kind of like looking through this image and reading as much as he can. Can you flip pages?
If he goes to flip it, I make it happen.
You kindle it for him. You page
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah. So he's just like,
Oh my god.
At some point, does he just start going?
no,
I
not quite.
do it.
Okay.
I do it. and make it happen.
Digit's just his back there going, hey, that looks okay. and Leia, I guess, looking with her mask and just, you see, she's, what kind of arcane magic is this?
Oh,
She
I'm like
doesn't seem
it's major image.
He's just like,
He's like, her head just cocked to you. She goes, you had better stop the magic.
But that's what I do. I do magic stuff.
The only people who do magic up here are us.
I'm trying to do this for
Vekros.
Vekros.
Oh yeah, you succeeded with Vekros. He's like, this is great. You know, this is.
He seems to like it a lot. I want him to be able to.
Leog is not happy.
That's okay. She's got the mask, though. That makes her happy, right?
Okay.
Did my before I did that, I'm hoping my detect magic spell.
Oh yeah.
Did it? Can I know? Do I see anything?
What are you looking for? What's the radius on it?
Oh,
You mostly are interested in her mask.
yeah, I was.
I don't know if she's close enough
but-
anymore.
Shoot.
I think it's a 40-foot radius? 30?
30 feet.
30.
Yeah.
Okay.
So useless.
Did you finish? What was that one?
No.
Oh no, 30. Oh, they're
Yeah,
27. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So the
Oh.
the mask is, if you're looking at that, it is not inherently magical, but there's like the seams where it was kind of created and put back together. It seems to be created through magical means.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. Yeah, oh yeah, and Andrew, I thought that was. I'm sorry, I thought you were.
So the
finished.
presentation comes with
Yeah,
some
I mean, further, Vekros, Chief. The Hobgoblin minions of the Frost Giants were mining something called gunpowder. Are you familiar?
Shakes his head. Got an eyebrow ring, kind of dangles.
We've got some.
Oh yeah. I sprinkle out just a little tiny bit. Now, Leog, this is not magic, but it is very powerful. I don't want you to be concerned by what I'm doing, although overall we should be very concerned. I just take a little flint steel and ignite it.
Okay, so it's a small explosion.
And that, my chief, is only a small dusting of it. They had kegs of these. To me, that signals something was afoot. Perhaps an attempt to move themselves in the ordinary. Perhaps a chance to step out of their...
Make a persuasion check.
18.
Okay. I was gonna say we got so
Yeah. I was like looking, you know, how sometimes
Okay.
you see the demo and you're like, oh, it's not.
He goes,
It's it.
this is new information that is very concerning, and if what you presented and what you were suggesting or saying is true, we must surely put an end to the Frost Giants' reign down there.
So is that 6 or 7?
That's 6. So you're right.
Oh.
Okay, so as Vekros contemplates this for a second, he stands up. He picks up one of the large boulders that aren't colored with 2 hands, lifts it up over there, goes, and just throws it as far as he possibly can. You see this look of intense rage cross his face as he was working out a moment of frustration that he's having with, I guess, the Frost Giant and the other ordinary information he's dealing with. The boulder takes a couple of seconds, and about 800 feet away, it lands. And he looks, he goes, he rubs his finger over his nose and flicks his snot off. Leog looks at him, and you see her face just cock to the side. He turns, he looks at the delegation again. Excuse me. Sometimes you just gotta throw a boulder.
Cool.
Slightly terrified.
Okay.
And so it's Ned.
Inspiration.
Inspiration. Woo! D8 at this point?
Yep.
Okay.
Do you have to do
One
anything,
second.
or it just kind of
Well, I mean,
you just bardically inspire?
You got this, Ned!
Yeah,
That's all
would
he's
be
gotta
like-
do.
It could be
maybe a
motivation.
quick limerick.
Okay.
There once was a halfling named Ned.
If she screws this up, we're all dead.
But never you fear, we'll be in the clear. Something that rhymes with that.
Don't worry, I have a shed.
We can always just run away instead.
There you go.
Well done, well done.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
We all just multi-classed in Bard.
Good. Level 1 in Bard for everyone.
I'll make everybody a bard.
By the end of this campaign, you're going to be in a metal group by the end of this campaign.
Have I ever told you about how my other group...
Anyway,
Okay. Alright, so as we've made it clear to you so far, things are definitely a problem. And we would love to be able to return to Oberon with assurances from you that things will be taken care of so that there's no ill favor or unfortunate bloodshed between the cloud giants who are the superior giants that are worthy of our respect and the Feywild. Is that something that we can return with? Because that would be good.
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah, that is a lot. That is like 23.
Okay.
Thanks for the inspiration.
So there's a moment where Vekros is looking at you, and he gets down, he sits down cross-legged in front of you, and you're about like this tall compared to him. You know, Leog comes over, and she puts his hand on his shoulder, and pretty much. Where are my frost giants? And he puts his hand in his chin. That is acceptable. You can go back to Oberon and give him my assurance that there will be no conflict between my realm and his realm. And to prove this, please send him this. He picks up one of the boulders. It's a purple boulder. And he puts it down in front of you, and he goes, poof, when he smashes it with his fist. Yep. You know, things go everywhere. And inside this, there is a small blue gemstone. And he picks it up, and he gives it to you. He goes, give this to him.
How small is it compared to...
Oh, compared to you, it's about your size.
Okay, yeah. Small.
So make a strength check.
Okay, strength check. Oh, hey, I made it to 18.
I'll look around, but you hold on to it.
You know, this is right. Maybe I ought to hold it.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is 7 successes with 0 failures.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
We don't also want to know what's going to happen to the frost giants, the whole situation.
Yeah, well, we can still talk.
At this point,
is convincing him to help.
Yep.
Basically.
So now he is definitely friendly towards you. You can definitely ask him more questions regarding anything you want to know. Feel free to do insight checks, do other things, or perception checks to see around you, or if you want to do history, whatever you want to do. I mean, this is totally open forum right now. Yes.
I would like to do a perception check on the mask.
Okay.
Just to see what I can...
Okay.
See what I can see. That's 17 on the die, plus 6, so 23.
Okay. So you're looking at the mask. And it's definitely got this kind of nice oval shape. It's not shaped like a giant's head. You know, giants' heads are more like angular, they're square, and they're very large. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like a Venetian mask covering, like, you know, a portion of her face. Enough that you can't actually see it. You know, on the left side is pure white. It is carved out of either a pearl substance or like more of a pure kind of the cloud ground that you're on. Mm-hmm. And the right side is almost either onyx or some kind of other stone you have not really encountered yet. Maybe something from this plane, or, you know, harvested from some other place. But the fusion between the two is almost seamless, and it is joined, and it almost looks like they're bleeding together. Yeah, so it's a very fine kind of almost yin and yang thing going on, but it's a very controlled scene, and it's almost perfectly dividing the two halves. And the rest of it is very well, exquisitely carved, and the smile is a combination of all of the extra stone bits or stone pieces. So the lips are black, and there's a little sliver of white between each lips. And the lips are they're full and they're carved up into a smile that's borderline sinister, but just enough.
Like just one
just
tiny hair below.
Yeah. So that's and that's what the mask looks like. Other folks.
Can I do a insight roll to see kind of how her demeanor is?
Yeah, go for it.
18.
Oh boy, okay. So, you're going to get access to, you're going to know basically how she behaves. You'll get to know her ideal, like what, and then I'll give you a choice of what she is bound to, like whatever her bonds or relationships, or her flaw.
Ooh, choose. Listen to the other things first, maybe.
Yeah, can I choose those first?
Okay.
Although I'm leaning towards flaw.
Okie dokie. So, you definitely get a sense in how she's behaved that she does what she wants and she takes what she wants with little regard for other people. She doesn't seem to care about other folks, and that might even extend to Giant Ken. You also get a clear impression that she holds herself and her giants as wildly superior just based on strength, and no one should even come close to challenging anything they do, otherwise that's going to be very, very awful for that person. And now you have a choice. Would you like to know how she perceives relationships, or her bonds, or her flaw?
Let's go with the flaw.
Flaw. You look into her. You look into those onyx eyes through the mask, and you notice a glimmer of hesitation when she looks at you particularly. And you get the sense that if she were to see a full-grown ancient dragon, she would cower and run away.
Interesting.
She's scared.
Oh, that's putting a lot much.
Oh, yeah.
I have fear.
I can make illusions.
Make illusions.
Not an ancient dragon.
An illusion one.
How
They're
big are they?
gargantuan.
Oh.
They're like,
Yeah, they're humongous.
So I can make its head come through.
yeah, there you go.
Lateral thinking, yeah.
Yeah, that you could do.
So,
Head peek through the clouds.
what was her name again?
Leog.
Leog. I'm gonna look at her, and I'm gonna kind of, I'm gonna knee bow to her and, excuse me, Lady Leog. Yes. I have a gift I'd like to give you.
A gift for me?
And I'm gonna go reach in my pocket and I'm gonna find the prettiest diamond that I found.
Okay.
This is the finest diamond I've been able to find in my time down there. I'd like you to have this.
How big is it compared to you?
Oh, it's like
Compared to
breathe
me,
and it's gonna blow.
she's gonna inhale it. Like
since I'm a little cold, I think it's got to be at least somewhere in the palm.
I don't know.
Okay.
how
Give her
diamond
like the
values
prettiest,
work.
Piece of sand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's the shiniest sand.
Make a persuasion check.
That is a 20 total.
20 total. She looks down and she goes, well, I appreciate the gift. I think it's better left with you, but I appreciate the sentiment. Thank you.
All right, very well then.
I have little use of something so small.
I understand.
That's what she said.
I've done so many things. So many things.
They
Never
write
heard
themselves.
North, you want to do anything else?
They write themselves.
You want to do anything else? Ask questions? Insight? Do checks or anything?
No, Northwind stays silent.
Okay.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Chief Vekros, in addition to being able to assure Oberon, what can we expect to happen within our much more limited time frame of lives to the storm giants and the slaves they're taking and their hobgoblin minions? We would like to make sure that the Goliath and humans and the other races that have been enslaved are relieved of this burden, this pain, as quickly as possible.
Well, surely. I mean, I do not condone slavery. After all, slaves can offer no tribute. So, should you...
Wow.
Logic.
Accidentally awesome.
Giant logic.
Giant logic.
Giant logic. Because so...
I might have
I guess.
a giant skull and silver.
If you wish to accompany us, we do plan to very shortly descend our cloud realm to wage war against the frost giants and these hobgoblins.
I want to see that.
Yeah.
And if you wish to partake of the battle, you can ride on my shoulders, or we have beasts that you can ride.
I want to ride on his shoulders. Oh my
Oh,
god.
I want to ride that beast.
All of us.
Well, that's the next album cover.
It's the next album cover. Odd Lot Volume 2.
And I think it's time for cloud giants to get out and stretch their legs a bit and throw some rocks.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Want to even get involved in
Oh,
a
yeah.
giant form?
Yes.
Are you kidding?
We made a
Do
bold
you
decision.
not?
Yeah, this is a cool decision. I agree. This is going interesting.
I think what I'm trying to say is we have a responsibility to the people to make sure that everything goes okay.
Yeah, that's
That's it.
We have to send at least one of the dactyl
That's our
riders
reason.
to Oberon to send messages.
Oh, can we?
Yeah,
Tim,
but
can't you? Can we do the?
yeah, but he gave us a gemstone and stuff too.
message thing.
Oberon, burn once if you can hear me.
You feel your palm get kind of hot.
Oh yeah! Oh. The falcon is in the nest. I repeat, the falcon is in the nest.
we're all looking at
The
you.
birds have landed.
What is it? What is it?
Has she been in your drink?
She's gonna make sure that she's like out of the ear shot for this as well. And she's gonna go, the giants are gonna go down and fight the other giants, so you should stay there. Don't go in. We've had his assurance. He's promised that there will be no wars, no conflict between the Fae and the Thing. And we're gonna go with them to fight.
No.
Oh,
Is it Greg?
I can't argue.
With what? What just happened? Oh my gosh, I love it.
Okay, so as you finish your talking to your palm, Vekros is just like, he's got one giant eyebrow with the piercing on it, just like raised, just like, and he just kind of shakes his head. Your palm burns again, and then it turns into not a silver color anymore, more like a greenish color.
Oh, good to go.
Ned, just to like feel like she's very smoothly masking over the very weird stuff that she did. She does a little jig like this.
We're all just staring at you.
Dude is just in the back going, oh! He's slaps his knee.
You're quite the performer.
You too.
Oh, that was something. Thank you.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Let them know that, yeah, we're going
Let's go.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so in the morning, we depart for combat.
Cool. Let's go.
In the meantime, make yourself at home, such as you can, and when it's and get a good night's rest. We leave before daybreak.
Do you have any homes for people as tiny as us?
They're just like, I can move, I can take him, boss. And Vekros looks over Digitus' ears. I think that would be wise, Digitus. You may take our delegation back to your home. Please accommodate them and cook them a home-cooked meal. Okay. And then after that, so now if you'll excuse me, he leans down and picks up a blue boulder. I've got more rocks to throw. He turns and starts hurling rocks down the one again. And Digitus escorts you back up to the keep, back out in front of the gates, and you're now back to just before the main gate area where you were with the giant communal gardens. He's like, okay, well, I could show you around if there's stuff you want to see. That's okay. If you just want to call it a night, we got a big day ahead. What do you want to do?
Did we want to check out that labyrinth?
I very much want to check out the Lavender Labyrinth.
Because that thing sounds cool.
Can I sneak away from the group?
You may.
Oh.
I want to just go around snooping and investigating.
Okay.
With your bubble pipe out?
Taking the bubble pipe out. And I want to look for any kind of thing that might link some sort of demonic or what is it, devil or demon interaction up here.
Okay. Let's start with that then.
Searching for
I want to look for
demonic
any single
residue.
giantesses.
Single giantesses.
Okay.
Okay, hold on, write this down.
Maybe Andrew likes a big girl. Who are you to judge?
So single giant females.
I'm just trying to imagine a creature the size of my hand trying to,
I'm picturing.
what's up, buddy? And I'd be like, hello, little creature.
I'm picturing the like
You don't know if you
There's
try.
probably an anime for that.
The, like-
Just saying.
Wow.
There's probably an anime for
Right,
that.
and I'm
I was
saying that
picturing,
I
like,
discovered today that
classified
Ander
as, like,
is one of the people that likes those
single
animes.
half-elf bard looking for.
So labyrinth people were Snow, Alvin. Now, did you want to go to the labyrinth?
There's more than just books there, right?
No, that's the library.
Oh, that's the library.
Yeah.
Labyrinth. Is there stuff in the library?
It's a lavender labyrinth.
You can sneak off
This is
with me.
flowers.
Yeah.
Walk around, follow.
Yeah,
follow me.
I'll follow you.
I'll go over the
I'll look
pipe.
for cool little things.
I'll keep my eye out with the group. I'll be looking at
Okay, Ned and Toozard are going to investigate for stuff. Andrew's going to look for a single giant female.
that. With the group, I'll be like,
He's just gonna
He's
be on
on
the lookout,
He's
but
on
he's
the
gonna.
lookout.
So are you gonna join us with the labyrinth biz?
Okay, so
North?
North is noticed because the lavender labyrinth just didn't seem like it's really his cup of tea. Far too tranquil and whatever. But noticed the robot pull out the pipe. At which point he was like, "Is he smoking?"
Bubbles are coming out of the pipe.
I too have bubbles in my drink. So I'm gonna just like kind of
it's Northwind.
because I do have stealth, and I'm just kind of like hanging back and watching. Well, what are these two heading off?
No,
to?
so you're with
So-
us, but a little behind us.
Okay, so you're going off.
I'm
to those
stalking
two.
the stalkers. Yes.
Okay, so two. Okay, I just want to make sure there's two parties.
They may know that I'm following, but I'm trying to
Yeah.
like not cramp their style to just kind of see what they're rolling there.
It's Northwind's world. Roll
Some of that jazz cabbage that they got there
Should I roll perception to see?
Okay, so let's.
against my 19. Okay, let's see what I get. Plus 5. 20. So I did really well at hiding, but you were still like, big dude is being really good at hiding, but not
Yeah, I got like a 24.
That's not great.
You don't know. Toozard doesn't know. So you can-
Okie dokie. So,
Here's this guy.
So instead, I'm literally just a
Toozard,
creepy
you're
dude at
doing the
party.
investigation, right? Is that be assisting Toozard with investigation?
You can. I rolled a 20.
I'm
I
not-
rolled not a nat 20. An
Okay.
8 that pops up to a 20.
How did 8 turn into a 20? Holy cow!
That's for,
What?
wow.
He's Inspector
It's
Gadget.
that bottle pipe.
Yeah,
Actually,
no
yeah.
wonder you always want to roll investigations.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
It all makes sense now.
Well, wasn't that your
Inspector
feet?
Gadget.
Yeah,
That was
it
part of
is.
your feet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Inspector Gadget.
So-
No, he was incompetent.
Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, well, Toozard is a little bit.
Well, okay.
So as the parties divide, you look back towards the keep, and you notice that there are certain ruins that seem to have a resemblance to what the Chimeras are wearing. And as you walk back in towards the keep, you hear some faint growling noises, as well as some goats, and the roar of a dragon coming from inside the underbelly of the keep. So-
Okay.
Wait a minute. We're in a Cloud City, and the robot's going to investigate by himself. I'm just getting a C-3PO moment.
And he didn't go completely by himself. He took Ned with him.
But also in the keep, you didn't see her coming in, but you see a human woman just hanging on the steps.
Hey, Ander!
Throw it away.
So,
She's holding a stein of ale.
Damn, I really
funny.
And
What's in the labyrinth here?
she is...
Send to me, send to me.
Where is it?
All right.
Hold on. Let's see. She has long blonde hair, like a wheat field, and pale skin is beginning to wrinkle. She might be about 35 or 40. She wears thick padded clothes and has her worker's apron on. It is exquisite leather craftsmanship, imbued with runes and other giant symbols. A pair of goggles with black lenses rests on her forehead. Lightning bolts are tattooed on her forearms.
Cool.
Yeah. So you see her. She's hanging out there. And with that roll, what else do you notice? Hold on. Sorry, this one I'm checking notes. Yeah, that's it. Sorry.
Okay. Do I know anything about these runes? What kind of runes they might be? Is
Do you
there-
speak giant?
I do not.
Then you don't.
Okay. Good. Where's Tyrael?
Cereal or
You have somebody sneaking behind you.
I was going to say,
Yeah,
don't Goliath.
Goliath speak giant. I'm pretty sure.
I speak giant.
Oh, okay. Oh, dude, and she knows that he's
I know
there.
that he's behind us, but I don't know that you want to know anything about the runes. So you're kind
Okay,
of
I'm gonna look up at the. You're gonna see me just with the pipe, just
Wait,
looking
can
at
I
the
see?
runes.
Can I see the runes from where I'm at right now?
Yeah, if you're following with them, yeah.
So I can read them. I know what they say.
Yes.
Okay. Keep it to myself.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm staring intently at the runes with the bubble pipe in.
Would I have any reason to want to tell them though? Like,
It's up to you. It's your character.
Yeah, well, I don't know what it says yet.
I don't know what it
Do you want to know? Do you want to?
Well,
Oh, secrets. yeah. He doesn't.
Sidebar.
He really doesn't want you to know what happened.
Well, it might be
He's
nice.
really considering whether he just reads it and goes, eh.
Yeah.
It says
Wow.
bathroom.
Yeah.
Could be like,
Yeah, it's like the map
Information
layout. It's like,
desk
you are here.
You are here. Yeah.
Library is this way. Lavender Labyrinth is over here.
Grimfrost is mentioned.
Gardens are just ahead.
Certainly lower and defaming.
Are you looking for anything in particular, by the way?
Yeah.
the midst
Demon
Demon
stuff?
stuff.
Like,
Demon. And...
Just says men's room and ladies' room. I'm just
right.
kidding.
that's what we were joking about. Like,
Okay. So
information center.
Says don't trust machine men.
that's good.
In other words, he's not telling us anything.
No, I honestly I don't know that you can't read it, so I'm figuring but that what you saw is what I read, and I feel like it doesn't really mean anything to us, so I'm not saying anything.
All right. So. Okay.
You can go inside and check out the sounds.
I'll peek in. Just because I'm pretty sure I know what it is, but I want to.
There's a person there too.
Oh yeah, but where? So is there a way that I can sneak in without being seen, or that Ned can?
Why am I sneaking?
You've been given free pass.
Oh.
To walk around, so I don't necessarily. If you want us, that's up to you. But the girl or the woman who's sitting there definitely sees you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll just walk up and go to the place to look in.
Okay, so you go back into the main keep, and you're looking around back in the main central cavern, and you're following like little bits of particle of hair and like sounds, and it leads you down another massive staircase into here's a long row of kennels that are a couple floors below this giant keep, and you hear this clawing and scratching and roars of dragons and the bleats of goats. And you turn around, you're looking at and there's in two of the main kennels there are two more chimeras.
Are they the same? One of them the same one that attacked us, or totally
Does
different?
one have a scratch on it somewhere?
We didn't touch
Actually,
that one.
No, I hellish rebuked it
there
for
is-
6-fold damage.
There is a third kennel that is empty, but its gate out is open. And on the other side of the kennel, you see that there are smaller beasts. There are a couple of hippogriffs in each of their own kennels, and then there is a griffin at the far end.
Ooh.
Marvelous. Marvelous.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like those beasts that attacked us came from here. Aha!
Puff, 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 puff. Yeah, bubbles coming out.
But now I don't know what to do with that.
And also, like on each side, there's like those, those preparation rooms, like you see for horses, where there's saddles and other things. But here, you see like those armaments that the chimeras are wearing. It's kind of draped over
I want to
these giant pegs.
figure out what those are.
Okay.
Poke at them.
Okay.
See if I can understand what kind of. If I have to, I'll be cast detect magic to take a look at the.
Okay, you're going to start casting. 10 minutes. So
Yeah.
transition. Unless, Ned, did you want anything?
Ned's gonna totally get bored of that and try talking to the lady.
Okay.
But that can happen in the next roundy thing if you want.
Okay, cool.
Either way.
So as you guys wander over the bridge, you immediately smell the scent of lavender. I mean, it is
Surprise!
everywhere. Yeah, totally. And it is calming. It is relaxing. The hedges are easily giant size. So these are 28, 30 foot hedges of lavender that just form this gigantic labyrinth that is used pretty much for contemplation, walking around, and at the very beginning of the labyrinth you see this cloud formed bench, and there is a giant woman.
Ta-da! Amber!
And she is there, and she goes, well, it has been quite some time since we've had people like you, especially you,
Hi.
gracing our wonderful labyrinth here. This is a place for contemplation and relaxation. This is not a maze. This is not a place something you get lost in. There are always ways out of a labyrinth. but this is mostly designed for you to relax, take it all in, and see what happens. In the center, should you find it, is a large pond with massive koi fish. So if you get there, please enjoy. Maybe take a swim. Just don't get eaten by the fish.
Because they're massive. They missed that.
And if she says they're massive,
Right, how big would that be?
Yeah.
Can you shape change into something that swims?
Yeah.
Like a shark or something?
Depends on its challenge rating. But yeah.
Giant sharks.
Probably
And,
only be a baby shark.
I'd have to look. Shark?
No.
she looks at you once more. She
Don't
goes,
say
I'm glad that you are here for the labyrinth.
Really? I come here to escape these things, man.
All right.
Yeah.
It is very Mott of you to be partaking in the labyrinth.
Very what?
Mott.
Oh, that's right. That's that giant word we learned.
So, in this, by contemplating and walking the labyrinth, you will increase your status in the ordinary.
Alright.
sweet.
Do we have a status in the ordinary?
Not currently, but you will be walking around
But
and
if
get
we-
some.
Aha!
I mean, I was just in it for the relaxation, but status is great too.
Okay. What are you doing?
Let's walk this thing.
Is this still was?
You. He was back preparing food.
Oh, sure. Oh. My lady, what is your name? I am Ander. I am a hero for the Feywild.
Science Geek here would like to
Like
point
trying to
out
adjust
that
it so a sunbeam.
the sound of any female or male creature of such a size will always sound super deep.
Yeah, I know.
I just want to hear Ander flirting with someone who talks like
Oh,
Oh my god.
Yeah, I got my cape mounted back over one shoulder. I got the medallion.
well, don't
We
you
got Pearl.
seem like a pretty one.
My name is Newlock.
No.
My name is Newlock. It is a pleasure to meet you, Ander. She sticks out a giant hand. Maybe she extends a finger.
Perhaps, Nulak, you could guide us around here and explain some of the wonderful sights in this lavender paradise.
Make a persuasion check.
Come on, pretty boy.
23.
Okay. She's like, yeah, I haven't walked the labyrinth in a couple of days. I think I will. I think I will join you. Here, why don't you jump in my hands?
If I'm walking.
Invitations for him?
No, for all of you.
Oh, okay.
What kind of conquest? All mine, boys. Like, okay.
She's like, see you guys later.
We're like walking.
We might never see you again.
She has all three of you in her hand, and she's walking you around. She's pointing you around, checking out the labyrinth. She holds you up so you see the whole scape of it.
Oh, this is very nice.
And the larger overall picture of the labyrinth looks almost a triangular kind of room. It's like three interlocking triangles almost, and it's
3 interlocking triangles?
Yeah.
Is it the symbol of Odin?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You know, I mean, and here it's the symbol of Anam Allfather, but you know.
Oh, yeah.
Well, but I mean, if you're okay, but an all father nonetheless. Yeah, okay.
Except in the center, you see that when you're looking above the giant pool is shaped like a mask, and half of it is white, half of it is black.
Oh. No, does this pond have anything to do with Leog's mask?
Oh yes, it has to do with all of us. This is a symbol of Memnos, the mask of our
pieces.
of our deity.
Oh, that right. Okay.
Oh, so she might be like a priestess or something. What's her face, Leog?
Is Leog a priestess of Memnos?
Well, yeah, she's our chief, our matron, our clan mother, and she does partake in the temples. But I guess I'm confused by the word priestess. I guess we don't really consider them priestesses, but she definitely, because of her faith in Memnos and her belief and her ardor and her position in the ordning, that she is revered among our kind, and her words are listened to.
By Memnos, or by you?
By all.
So Memnos hears her words. So I would say that's...
Oh, I don't know. I can't speak to that per se. Memnos, he was the mischievous son of Anum All-Father. A giant, an exquisite giant long past, one of our dear departed gods.
Memnos or Adam?
Memnos.
What is the story of Memnos?
Well, he did not get along with his other brothers, and while his other brothers fought for conquest, he turned to deception and disguise and mischievous and other deceptive, deceiving tactics to earn his place and acquire wealth and status and power. He was not always great with direct confrontation, but he was able to manipulate and acquire some success.
Chain to a boulder someplace with venom dripping on his head?
No.
Yeah, right.
It sounds like Loki.
Yeah, it does.
It's a look kind of part. Yeah. Oh, I'm not Memnor. I'm sorry, Memnor. I apologize. That's my bad. Other folks? Other questions? Other things?
Yeah, we're good.
But we're at the pool now?
Yes.
How big are the fish?
Make a perception check.
With disadvantage for me?
Is it sunny out here?
Is it sunny or are we in the shade?
It is shaded enough. The sun is close to setting.
Okay.
Well,
ew.
You have inspiration dice.
Please,
we're
just
almost
use
done,
it.
so you just go ahead.
Yeah.
You have one left, yeah.
Maybe don't rely on the thing now.
Whoa!
That's a
Oh!
20.
Natural 20.
Good
Okay.
try.
So you see that there are these large orange fish swimming around in the pond, and they look like giant koi fish. They are easily 15 feet long, and I don't know, maybe 10 feet around. Yeah, they are very large fish.
I'm not swimming.
I am.
You're going in?
Yeah.
You're gonna jump off?
Yeah, and I'm going to wild shape into a giant octopus.
Sure.
How big is a giant octopus?
They're a large beast, unaligned.
Okay, alright.
Are you going to transform midair, or are you going to wait to hit the water?
No, I think transforming midair would create the best cannonball effect.
Oh, jeez.
Also, you might make me roll acrobatics for it, but I kind of want to do a spin in the air.
Yeah,
So
acrobatics.
yeah.
So you want to like spin as a druid, and then
mid-spin,
I wonder why.
wild shape.
Picture the tentacles.
With all the arms out.
Yeah.
What's acrobatics?
Helicopter.
Oh my
So an 11.
11. Okay, so you start to do a spin, you're kind of slowly turning, and it gets real faster while you're spinning, but then you kind of lose control, it kind of just slows down. You're like, okay, so it's, while you're changing your octopus form, you're kind of just real slowly turning.
Could have been worse.
Yeah.
And then you go, poof, poof, and this large water shoots up, and the fish are just sort of scurrying around, and New Lock is just like, whoa. Like, that's something. And now you are underwater as an octopus.
Yep.
And you can now look around, and it's a very well groomed basin. So all of the bottom and all the sides are very exquisitely crafted, very smooth. There's not a rough edge on it.
Okay.
And but it is large enough for several of these giant koi fish to swim around and have plenty of room. So you're probably in a pond that is easily 90 feet long, by 90 feet long.
Cool. Honestly, I just want to swim around.
Okay.
Just sort of like hang out with the koi fish.
Okay. So also there are some. What makes which side did you want to shoot for? The white side or the black side?
The white side?
Okay, the white side. Along the bottom, there are coral and other vegetation that seems just purely white. That's what kind of gives all the water in that side of it its hue. And some of it is like kelp that streams up. Some of it is just kind of rocks. But all everything down there is just white.
Alright.
While he's swimming around and stuff, Snow's gonna get cross-legged and spiritually contemplate things.
Excellent. Very cool.
Set
And
up his little incense thing, and
you let the lavender flow over you. You see some prayers. Cool. All right. Do you want to talk to the girl on the steps?
Oh yeah.
Lady on the steps?
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go up to her and be like, "Hi, I'm Ned." I'll hold my hand up.
She looks at you. She kind of sucks at her teeth a little. She goes, "Hey, I'm Tofa."
Ned's gonna like super reach up her hand to just shake it, and I mean, it's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. You're the first non-giant that I've seen here. What are you doing here?
It's my business.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
I make things.
Oh, cool. What kind of things do you make?
She kind of looks at you. She points to her worker's apron and her lenses. She goes, "Is it obvious? I work in a forge."
I was gonna guess glasses. I don't know these things. A forge. That's really cool.
Yeah, not too bright this one. Okay.
You forge.
She takes a long sip of her stein.
So you forge weapons for the giants, or small tools. They're so big. How do you manage?
Whatever they want. That's my thing. I like to make stuff. They give me good stuff to make. It's a nice relationship.
Do you make stuff extra, like as a hobby? Like extra stuff you have? Cool things you could show me?
Not for you. Sorry. Nothing personal, just I have a code.
A code.
Gesundheit.
That's too bad. Wow.
I see that she's talking to this person. I kind of come over and I'm just like awkwardly pull out the mechanical grasshopper.
Oh.
And I kind of go, "Is this guy?"
No, that's child's play.
Oh.
But she looks at it and goes, "It's very well made. It's crafted very well, but nah, that's not what I make. I make much more serious things."
Like what?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh boy, that's gonna go well. That's down to a 13.
You can use your die if you wish.
I don't think.
Sure?
You don't need to persuade it that well.
Okay, sure, why not? Why not?
Yeah,
Whatever.
I mean, come on, it's like-
I have a negative
Yeah.
1 to my charisma here, so it's,
Yeah, but still, you could roll really good.
That's
one more up. It's 14 now.
14. Okay. I made a few diamonds in my day.
Oh,
Big diamonds?
isn't that?
Cubic zirconia?
I know that you can transmute things with magic from one thing to another. Are you using magic?
You could say that.
I'm very interested in magic. I do a lot of magic myself. Could you show me how you do this? What kind of spells? No.
Sorry. Got a code.
What if
Up, down, down.
What if we showed you something very interesting? Would you make an exception if we showed you?
That depends what you show me.
Because I got some interesting stuff, but I don't know if I'm willing to bring any of it out.
Isn't Toozard himself interesting enough?
Not to her.
Oh,
So, Ned's going to take out that little gemstone that she has that looks like a lump of coal until it's in your hand.
Okay.
And she's going to hold it out and say, "See this lump of coal?
Yeah.
Behold." And she's like, "Hold your hand out. Hold your hand out.
Puts her hand out, kind of
Behold.
half-heartedly.
Behold," she says, and she puts it down and she goes, "Ugh," and she casts minor illusion to make like all this cool like wispy smoke and sparks come out and stuff, and then she goes like that.
She looks at it. This is a cute parlor trick. Where did you find this?
Ned looks a little bit just like down below. We find lots of interesting things. I have many interesting things.
Toozard takes out
I'm a purveyor of interesting things, if you will.
immovable rod, puts it up in the air, clicks it, and just lifts himself up off the ground.
And Ned just goes like this.
Interesting. And she's looking at it. Now that is something more my speed.
Ned just takes the little gemstone thing back from the lady and puts it back in her pocket.
She goes, now this is the craftsmanship is what makes this interesting. This was crafted. She examined it. She just kind of takes it.
Oh yeah. Well, he's got one hand on it.
Yeah.
You won't let go. Yeah.
Like the whole time she was
Yeah.
And she's looking at this. So this is twofold magic. Part of this is the forge that was crafted and was magical. But the forger, I see the marks of the forger in this too.
Who? Do you know? Do you know who?
I can identify the name, but it was a very skilled craftsman.
You can't identify the name. So
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah.
See, when you get to a certain level, where the great forgers and craftsmen of the world, they leave usually like a print. Your signature, so to speak. I have mine, but this one chose not to leave one. And I find that curious.
Yeah. Somehow within inside, I'm like thinking about craftsman. I'm like, I'm actually, I'm a created thing. Somebody made me. Do I have a mark? I didn't know that there were marks.
She's looking.
I know his name.
You do?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Zook Zilric. The greatest wizard ever.
That is remarkable. She takes a sip of her stein, just sets it down. She gets real close. She starts looking like at your joints and she's picking your arms up, looking at that. Yeah, you are created, and it was the forger who created you, and not the magic of the forge. You know his name. Why are you asking me?
Oh, I just didn't know I had a mark.
It's not a visual thing.
Oh, okay.
So what is your mark like then?
If you find one of my items, you might know.
How?
Sounds like he's a bard.
Yeah.
Ned just kind of shifts attitudes a little bit with her and says, "Look, tomorrow we are riding into battle with the Sky Giants, with your chief, and I I would love to be able to say wonderful things about our experience here, and to really to bring positive things to the people we've interacted with. Will you show me the things that you've made, so that I can understand more about this place and about your craft and stuff?
Have you met Leog?
Yes.
You've seen some of my craftsmanship.
Did you make her mask?
I did.
Fascinating. Fascinating. Wow, that's very cool. It's beautifully made.
Thank you.
Beautifully made.
Thank you.
I saw that it was put together with magic.
Mm-hmm. She didn't want anything too ostentatious. So it's a simple mask with kind of fusing, what's the word I'm looking for? Procedure that I've created.
So is most of your work ornamental?
Depends. I've made plenty of steins, as she holds up her beer stein. My father was a stein maker, and I learned my craft from him. And eventually, I got very good at making spoons. And I acquired quite fame down in the lower plane, down below, for making spoons.
The Spoonmaker. And then suddenly, like...
You know about it.
Yes, I mean, well, there are many... There's spoken of that.
This is like,
Where did you come from?
I was just kind of standing around watching.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys
She looks up at your fellow Goliath.
Jesus, why are you wafting at us?
because they wanted out of here.
It doesn't work that way. You're only sharing.
No, where'd the spray go?
No.
I don't know where that disappeared.
On the counter corner.
Oh.
Counter corner.
Sorry.
It's
Okay.
one of the joys of having a dog.
Boy, oh boy.
Okay. So, she was, yes, I am the Spoonmaker.
It is an honor to meet such a well-renowned craftsman. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Mega Boy Northwind Vulakaon.
Northwind.
Yeah. may I top off your stein with some of my fine ale?
She held out her stein. Please, I would not turn down a drink from the Happy Dragon.
You are familiar with my god.
I am. I'm familiar with many parts of the Frostville down there.
Well, then perhaps I shall pour one for myself. I am kidding. I have been pouring them all day. But a toast to the Happy Dragon and the Spoonmaker.
Cheers.
I finally meet you.
Takes a sip. And she's like, well, it was a good run for a while. But I'm here. And here is better than down there.
You'll always be welcome back where you are from.
I am not welcome down there.
Well, you are welcome with me. You seem nice enough. What ails you down below?
Are you saying you'd be my bodyguard?
I would not presume that you would require one, but should you need any assistance, and for the right reasons.
I was showing restraint.
What can I do for you?
Well, I mean, I'm just filling you out, big man.
Oh, my heart is bigger than my stature, I assure you, miss. Spoonmaker. Great Spoonmaker. In any case, tell me, why would you not want to return down with us? There are many horrible things to be sure, but your presence would be helpful.
I made a horrible thing. I made a diamond.
Oh. You know, many have spoken of stones that are quite dangerous. Could you please describe this one as well?
If Toozard had a face like a person, it would be drained of blood, right? His eyes just go, they're just blacked out.
Oh no.
Well,
I've got it in my backpack.
Yeah, right?
it was a diamond that I crafted. Exquisite in all of its facets, light green, and it had the ability to transfer life from one object to another.
Sure did.
Yup.
And that's where we're going to end for this evening.
We got there. You did good. I was trying to get there. I didn't know where we were going with it. I knew there was something.
I was reading my description while looking for my notes for which instruments. I wasn't sure if I had bagpipes or harmonica in the end.
Wow, bagpipes would have been a whole different
but
scene.